Alright. Looks like we're set to go. We're live. Hello everyone. My name is T_Money33. I'm going to be running Star Wars Squadrons for y'all. I had the lucky pleasure of setting world record in this about a month ago, and certain Allcom said, "Oh hey, Kessel Run's coming up, you should run it." So here I am running probably one of my favorite Star Wars games. Now we are going to be running any percent that is all the missions, including the prologue. So we get to see the lovely little bit of prologue, which will give us some nice little time to chill. Timing starts when we select launch mission on Prologue 1, Lord Vader's Command. So let's get going. 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Now, if you've never played this game before, you should. It's a very fun little space sim. We're going to do flying a lot. We're going to be hearing our character talk a lot. We're going to be hearing a lot of stuff that I'm going to yeah. And pretty much, yeah, this game could have been so good if EA actually did some support for it, but, you know.
Begin pre-flight checks. Pilot.
Can't win them all, right?
Understood.
All right. First thing first, we're going to boot up our cockpit systems, and then we're going to fly around this
All systems up and running.
fleet a bit. We'll spend this time to talk a little bit about the lore of what's going on, what we're doing.
Let's get a clean launch.
This is our commander, Captain Javes. Let's all get to like him. He's a really cool guy and an excellent leader, and will lead the Empire to glory.
Now, throttle up and deploy out of the hangar.
We are fighting the TIE Fighter. This is your bog standard TIE, nothing fancy. It's got no shields, no life support, so, you know, nothing between us and the vacuum. A very excellent fighter designed for swarm tactics and numbers. One thing I will say that I definitely love that the has come about since Disney's takeover of Star Wars is a little bit of expansion on Imperial fleets.
We don't want any collisions.
It's not just all Star Destroyers. We got frigates, we got cruisers, we got carriers. So because this is realistically what your standard Imperial fleet looked like throughout the Age of the Empire. One Star Destroyer, some other support ships. Star Destroyers are just too expensive. That's why we use TIE Fighters in the Empire. They're cheap. And of course, the carriers are purpose-built carriers. Star Destroyers, perfect pick for, well, literally destroying stars. So we're going to keep following our captain.
Keep your distance, Helix. Those engines run hot enough to vaporize a TIE.
And yes, those engines will vaporize you.
I've known a few daredevils who found that.
Oh, got a little too close. Don't worry, we have onboard repairs.
Push the limits. Sometimes the limits push back. Good.
All right.
Systems calibrated. The fleet is in good shape.
So right now we don't have access to most of our systems to actually speed things up here. We are just kind of stuck. This is on an auto-scroller. We are going to be connecting to a Gozanti. TIE Fighters, unlike Rebel Starfighters, do not have internal hyperdrive, so we have to borrow either a Star Destroyer or Gozanti or one of the fleet carriers in order to hyperspace around. We are going to Phostar Haven.
Helix Squadron are docked and clear for hyperspace.
You might be wondering why we are going to this godforsaken part of the galaxy, but we are going to this godforsaken part of the galaxy because there are some rebels who have escaped from the destruction of the rebel planet Alderaan. Remember, Alderaan got what it deserved. It was hiding weapons of mass destruction. I am watching Twitch chat, by the way, so if you have any questions about the game, about the run, don't hesitate. Please put them in the chat. I will do my best to answer them.
It's only a haven for thieves and pirates.
And as our great Lieutenant Carroll said,
These are hiding here. Clearly they're not as
thieves and
innocent as they
pirates.
claim.
Now we just gotta fly around for a bit while we wait for the rest of our backup to get here.
Carrier's moving into position.
Blockade is forming up. Our rear guard is secured.
Alrighty, let's go announce ourselves.
Interesting. There's a lot of cargo traffic today.
And our convoy might be hiding among them.
Agreed. All cargo vessels. This is Captain Lyndon James of the Galactic Empire. Prepare for immediate inspection. And this is Vostar Haven Station Master. Kindly avoid harassing my customers. If they cooperate, they'll be fine. Pilot, proceed.
Alright, let's go inspect these guys. Make sure they're not transporting anything
Check
they
your forward
shouldn't be
sensor. It will identify
transporting.
potential targets. Pilot, begin by inspecting that ship.
Oh wow, is that one?
Wait, we have always been loyal to the Empire.
So we gotta be under 1,000 to scan. This guy apparently he's always been loyal to the Empire, but okay, his cargo is verified.
See? We're loyal. I swear.
No sign it's from Alderaan.
Next one is this one right here. So we're gonna scan this one.
Check that ship next.
Look, I'll pay anything. Just don't impound my ship.
Apparently they'll pay anything, but
Refugees aboard.
just please don't impound their shit. Hey, where are you going? Hey you,
You're not impounding
get back here.
There. A ship's
GR75.
from a simple inspection. We should teach them some manners.
Can't shoot yet.
All pilots, bring your weapon systems online.
And now we get to finally start shooting things.
Pilot,
Alrighty, there we go.
Scan us then.
Now those engines look small, but they will still fry you, so let's try and respect the
Refugees here,
engines.
sir. Just smuggled weapons and a cargo of spice.
let the fleet handle those smugglers. We should get to the station.
Alright, now we gotta follow Captain Javes again. He's gonna lead us to victory, don't worry about it. We can now mount it with our power settings,
Customers are legitimate traitors.
which is on the TIE Fighter for engines and firepower.
The station's
We are going to
defenses
spend
just
a lot of
activated.
time in engines and firepower.
Destroy those turrets.
I know that sounds redundant, but we're going to switch to firepower now. It increases weapon damage, and we do want to go at don't want to go max speed, but we definitely want to be fast enough. So we are going to cut speed down a little bit here, just to make sure we are not overtaking turrets, we're not leaving turrets to pine and having to
Keep going.
go down, but we are going to attempt to maintain max speed for as much as possible throughout this. Half speed is faster for turns, and looks like our allies actually did something useful, and I know that's rare in a video game. We gotta just take out these turrets, because, you know, it's impossible to conduct an operation while being shot at. You know, the Empire loves to shoot, but heaven forbid you shoot back. Alrighty, we got all the turrets for one pass. That's really good. I've been messing that up recently.
Our reputation will never recover from this.
Now, a little bit of sequence breaking. We're going to start shooting at the X-Wings right now. Before they even start, doing anything towards us. Now we are going to have to maintain switching between power towards engines and weapons. We are going to want engines in order to maneuver and find a target to shoot at. We're going to want weapons to actually shoot at a target.
I've lost count. Enemy is down. That's half the rebel scum destroyed.
And our allies are actually knocking them out.
Rebel down.
Okay, we got one more left. And this one's actually maneuvering. Alrighty.
Rebel targets destroyed.
Oh boy.
Captain,
I am actually kind of...
The refugee convoy must be hiding in there. After them.
Alrighty.
We'll
There we
deal
go.
with you later,
Now we're
Station
gonna switch to
Master.
web engines and just stay on that for the rest of playing the
There. The convoy.
Empire for this prologue.
To fire.
Don't worry, Captain James, we got him. Wait, what? Who? How? Why?
All systems down.
Subtitles kind of go wacky when you go a little fast, believe it or not.
Sorry, Teresa.
Captain James, how could you?
I can't ignore what the Empire's become.
Why would you turn traitor?
Sir. Lyndon, what are you saying?
That I don't care who ordered it. I didn't sign up to hurt innocent refugees. And if protecting them makes me a rebel, then so be it.
Alrighty, well,
Damn it. Pilot.
yeah,
See if you can
Lieutenant
bypass
Carroll,
the
I
shutdown.
agree. So pretty much just mash A. Switch back into engines because it rebalances your power.
Lieutenant Carroll to the
This is just
Captain James
on
is aiding
an
the
auto
rebellion.
scroller. You cannot overtake him. You can't shoot him down. But let's just talk about his fighter real quick. He is flying the TIE Advance. The TIE Advance is what Darth Vader flew at the Battle of Yavin. It's got shields, life support, and a hyperdrive. This is what the Empire should have built. A little bit of flames. Keep you bakey.
Don't make me return fire.
I see the convoy. Dead ahead. Prepare to fire.
Imperial Squadron, this is refugee convoy Hope of Eldera. We have families aboard. I'm here to help convoy leader. No time to explain. Just get out of this tunnel. I wish you'd seen things.
Alrighty, so
Goodbye, Teresa.
The tunnel.
I haven't seen Andor. If they stole the Defender or whichever one was like really, really good, dang. All right, so now we're playing as the Rebellion, and this is where the balancing of power really comes into play, because you actually have full access to everything.
That call sounds desperate. Can anyone make out what he's saying?
We're now playing as Echo Squadron,
Okay, Echo Squadron, on me.
and we're just gonna follow Echo lead.
This is Admiral Akbar for Echo Squadron.
Echo Leader here. Admiral, any luck pinpointing that distress call?
Hopefully. You may need to get creative.
All right,
Sure, your fighters are in good shape.
so this part
Understood, sir.
is
Echo, prepare for systems check. Coming back around, Squadron, on me.
So much for
this part is to introduce you to the X-Wing. And more importantly, to teach you about the actual rest of the controls. We're going to pretty much turn on speed and stay in speed for the majority of this part.
Up against this Star Destroyer, we'll need maneuverability.
fast and nimble. Got it.
Yeah, sadly the MC-80 doesn't give enough love here.
They'll look better when we're shooting down ties.
Double check shields.
Right. We might need to hold on to one.
And basically we're going to stay in speed because that's the only way to build a boost. We are going to need boost later as well as it just moves
Systems check
faster.
complete. In formation.
Echo 3, matching formation.
Echo 2 standing by. Echo 5 standing by.
Look at us, flying together.
We do have a lot of voice options to choose with. I went with Rookie. Rookie just has a lot of funny lines. And we're going to boost. Grab our missiles. And we're going to get ready to go through the hyperspace point. So we are going to cut engines a little bit just to make sure I don't overshoot it. I have done that before.
All right, time to go.
Echo Squadron, join the first wave and head to the rendezvous point.
This had to happen while half the fleet's away.
And I overshot it. Oh, not by much though. Good thing about this is you only really need to go through the last one. And you do need to make sure you're going through it
Imperials don't rest.
the right direction.
We can't either.
Alright. So, cool thing about this, we do get free looks, so let's have a look-see around. Alright, everything looks nice. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Yes, there's buttons. And there's a Star Destroyer.
Admiral, we're here.
Alright, so we're going to switch back into speed mode, and we're going to stay in it for a good portion.
Echo Squadron, transfer all power to engines. Head below the Star Destroyer and wait for my signal. It's risky, but flying fast and close to the Star Destroyer's hull should get us to the other side safely. Steady. Hold. Now, fire all boost thrusters.
Alright, now we're going to boost straight underneath this Star Destroyer. Hope we don't get tractor beamed, hope we don't get shot up. And hey, because it's prologue, of course it doesn't happen, but we did lose 5.
Focus. We are not losing anyone else.
So as you can see, we're getting shot up by a lot of turbo lasers, a lot of laser cannons, and there's occasional ion blast.
Forces. The convoy needs support.
Wait, that was an Imperial transmission on an open channel.
Echo Squadron, move in and give them cover. I'm glad someone heard my distress call. I couldn't hold up
All
those
right.
ties any longer.
Now to the meat and butter of this game. It's all about the dogfighting.
Call me Lyndon. I'll explain later. Pilot, help me push these fighters back.
Echo 4, leave that quasar for now. Focus on ties.
So we're going to focus on ties. We're going to leave the Quasar. We're going to get a buddy to get in on that. A CR-90 Corvette built by Corellia.
Joined up.
Hey, you. That was me. Okay, so remember, anything under 1,000 and you cannot hit it with your lasers, which is your primary weapons.
Taken care of.
We're looking out.
Anyone got missiles? Let them have it.
We're going to be using... We're going to be using a combination of our missiles and our laser cannons to take out these ties. Remember, your weapons recharge faster and hit for a little bit harder when you are in weapon power mode, but your maneuverability increases in speed, so you gotta maintain the balance. We're not too worried about shields throughout the run, except for a couple of times.
More ties soon.
Echo Squadron, let's get in position and escort these transports.
I'm right beside you.
Alright, so Captain Javes joins our formation,
This is Admiral Akbar of the Rebel Alliance.
and he decides to join the Rebel Alliance.
Willing to
Hooray!
willing and able.
So now we're gonna have to cover these
Echo Squadron.
GR-75s to make the jump to light speed. Problem is, we got an entire, well, half an entire Imperial fleet between us and safety. And we got a Quasar we're gonna have to mess around with.
The convoy. And filled with reinforcements. Take the ties down.
We're going after the ties first. Primary reason being we're going to be having a buddy come in pretty soon to help us out with the carrier. Rep Echo 2.
Echo, reinforcements are here.
And hey,
Off our tail then.
we got a CR-90 coming help to... Oh wow. All right, now that the ties are down, we can help out with the carrier. The CR-90 has gratefully not brought down his shields, so we got to bring down the shields. Usually, I'm taking out the ties to the point where the shields are already down, but we got to be careful and avoid the engines. And the Quasar does shoot back.
Squadron, form up.
But unfortunately for the Quasar, it cannot do enough damage to really
Bring the convoy and Lyndon
bring down your
to safer
shields.
position.
We're on it.
Now,
Admiral, I know how this Imperial fleet capital ships for an attack right now.
We're have to deal with an actual capital ship?
All right, I'll send you the rest of Echo Squadron with everything they've got.
For an actual fleet
Heading
battle.
towards a Star Destroyer. Again, facing its turrets this time.
It's okay, our fleet's coming.
And here comes the rest of the fleet.
Is now at your location. Echo Squadron, keep the convoy safe while the flagship engages the Vigilance.
But they're gonna send in
To us.
a raider.
Wait.
Now this is the first
Sending in a raider to intercept the
real danger we have to the run. The raider hits like a truck, and it is going to do as much as it can to ruin your day. So we are going to try our best to stay out of its line of sight of its cannons and manually launch missiles into it to do as much damage as possible.
Trying to get cover from the capital ships. This is our chance. Finish this. We're wearing them down. Keep it up.
Yes, we're almost there.
Alright, that takes care of the raider. And we're just going to do a quick repair.
Raider is gone. Good work. Echo, let's get that convoy to a safer location.
And rip raider.
Head to the far side of the MC-80.
Frigate's gone.
Now we're going to
Refugee convoy.
unfortunately lose our Nebulon B frigate friendo there.
Convoy to Rebel Alliance. We're ready for
Yes, that is the ship that was used in the Battlefront 2
all
remake.
possible vectors. They can still find you. Pilot, it's risky.
Alright, we gotta wait for the dialogue. We can't, or else we will accidentally run too soon on this.
Wait, you two are attacking the Star Destroyer?
And yeah, we moved a little bit too soon. Alright,
Let's hope your fleet can keep those shields down.
we're gonna switch our shields to front.
Vigilance is targeting.
Uh,
That'll leave a mark. We're getting there.
dang.
Keep firing.
Missiles did not want to launch.
Mobile. Attack. Move. Attack again.
Alright,
That's it. Vigilance is targeting.
shields to the rear, and let's put this Star Destroyer
Light speed jump.
behind us.
Echo Squadron, withdraw and handle any
Switch to power mode.
convoy.
There's no fighters near the convoy.
Get clear.
And then we're gonna go straight into this. We're on pace
Whatever happens next, you saved a lot of innocent lives. And mine.
right now. And that's the prelude. Now we're gonna time skip 4 years,
Alliance did for us.
give or take. We're gonna skip the Battle of Yavin. We're gonna skip the Battle of Endor. We are now in the New Republic era. As soon as we get past that. And we're gonna talk a little bit about what's been happening in between. In the in-between, the character we're playing as got stationed on Sanjola, said, "Hey, thanks for doing such a swell job on that. Let's reward you with a station on Sanjola." But Captain Javes, now Commander Javes, hasn't forgotten about us. He's pulling us back into the war. We're the Vanguard Squadron. This is Zerelda, our mechanic,
Chief mechanic.
and this is the rest of our squadron over there.
To join the action. Speaking of, here's the rest of your squadron. Hey, Gani.
Alright, let's skip that. Should have skipped it the whole time, but ape. Alright, so this is Captain Javes, now Commander Javes, and Vardo. They're going to be in charge of us.
As you've no doubt experienced,
Alright,
the Empire's
I'll talk more about the mission when we get there. This is Grace Sinar.
Hello. I've been with.
She's defected from the Empire. She's flying with the New Republic. This is my personal favorite character, Kyo. She senses the Force and is a race pilot. She is amazing. Unfortunately, we won't get much time to know them. This is a speed run. We're going to the hangar. Now, we have to speak with Frisk. He's a wanted man, but the Republic likes him flying for them, so he gets to fly for the Republic. Then we have Gunny. Gunny's in charge. Gunny is missing an arm. Lost it in the Clone Wars. And,
You ready to go?
yeah.
The X.
Now we're going to fly the X-Wing.
Backbone of the Rebel Alliance and our new Republic. A good good all-rounder that'll stand up to any
X-Wing's a
starfighter
good all-rounder
from the
indeed.
Imperial fleet.
But it is... We got it for this and one more mission, after which say goodbye to the inside of the X-Wing's cockpit. We're not going to see it for the rest of the run.
Form up on me.
Information.
Away we go. Stay close, Vanguard 5.
Alright. So we're going to switch to speed. And the only reason we're switching to speed is that builds up boost.
Smash the jamming ships. And get back before the cantina closes.
And Frisk's got the right idea.
Commander James skipped that in the briefing. Thanks, Otto. We'll be careful.
Alright, so we're going to fly with
Regroup at Cavis once you find our missing pilots, alright?
Vanguard Squadron now. This is Cavis.
Good luck, you two.
Everyone say hi, Cavis. Alright.
Points just ahead.
Now we're going to boost to the jump point. It's only going 77 versus 70, so it's not much faster, but this is a speed run. We are going to be adding as
Hyperspace coordinates
speed as much as we can.
Engines are hot.
Let's do this, Vanguard Squadron.
Alright. Now we're in this LSD trip.
It's old. Hey, Grace.
Never.
And when we come out, we are unfortunately going to be rebalanced, so we will have to switch into engines again. And we are flying straight for that cloud of debris.
No scouts showing on sensors. You got anything, Grace?
Negative. We've got to be able to find someone out here. Wait. I've got a Republic signal. Temperance. We may have found them.
Alright. Unfortunately, we are scrambled.
Interference. Gunny and Keel will take care of that shortly.
We should investigate the signal and regroup with them.
See, I never played the old X-Wing flight sims. I might have played like one of them. I think this plays better just because you got all sorts of
I hope the scouts are all right.
options.
Me too, Grace. Me too.
Alright, we're coming up on our friend the scout here. Hopefully they're alive.
There's our target.
Unfortunately, they are not. And Frisk is right. We do have to slow down in the speed run.
Must have found him
We have to get
first.
through this dialogue, and then we have to scan this
Where is the
fighter.
Empire?
So we're just gonna sit here and scan it.
Vanguard 5. Scan the debris.
All right. Gonna turn this way slightly
Even that astromech got dusted.
and start moving forward a little bit. We don't want to move too far forward.
Didn't want these scouts getting home. Hey, I'm picking up a second signal. Let's check it out.
Alrighty. Let's hope Frisk doesn't do what he did in my practice run. Okay, he's not.
I don't like this.
We can actually follow him. Last time I practiced, Frisk decided to just be like, follow me, but I'm gonna follow all your inputs. So it was like, uh-oh.
Stay ready for anything.
Alrighty. We can go ahead and switch to weapons now.
Wait,
Actually,
it's not a new
hold on.
Republic signal.
Switched a little too soon.
It's Imperial.
Now we want to switch to weapons. And if we're lucky, we can get these ties all in one pass. Which we did.
Take them down.
That's my ship!
Oh no, we missed one.
We need to take out that Gazanti cruiser as well.
Alrighty, and there's the Gazanti. Now we're gonna hold perfectly still
Nice shoot. Gazanti's toast.
because we have to scan the Gazanti to learn which
Gazanti
direction
must
it
have been
came from.
spawned for the Empire's jamming ships.
So we're
If
gonna
we
need to scan
the
it.
wreckage for its last known trajectory,
Hi,
it could
Grace.
lead us to the jammers.
That's a heck of an idea. Vanguard 5, scan the debris and we'll watch your back.
Alright, so we're gonna scan this debris. Well, let's repair since we somehow got damaged.
That's it. Nice work,
Turn
Vanguard 5.
slightly to
Let's
Cabos.
see. That path
Put us in back into engines.
toward Gunny and Keel's coordinates.
If we're quick, maybe we can cut off the Empire before they find our friends.
go a little bit faster.
Coordinates.
I usually typically overshoot this,
Let's do
so
this right.
let's hope I don't.
Scouts we lost. Lead the way, Vanguard 5.
And I did. It's okay. We have plenty of boost.
Whatever comes next, we face it together.
And again, we don't have to hit every ring. We just have to face. Yeah, I definitely overshot it by a bit.
Two Imperial
All right.
ships ahead. No sign
Back
of
into
Gunny
speed.
and Keel.
That's the source of our comms blackout. Frisk.
All right.
Those jamming ships.
Sure thing, Grace. I'll soften them up. You two finish them off.
Remember, we are currently out of range. We are now in range. I like to take the jammers out first, just because they tend to make all my power systems look weird and I can't tell what's going what.
That jamming ship's done for.
Long-range comms are still scrambled.
Alright, now we get to take out some fighters.
Imperial jammer destroyed. Great work, Vanguard 5. Let's finish the last of these ties.
Also, don't get you too used to having lock-on weapons. We are switching from those
I got one on my tail.
shortly. There we go.
May I join you?
Alright, one more fighter to go. And, oh, this one's actually playing games with us. I think we just overkilled it.
That's all of them. Good work, everyone.
Alrighty.
Stupid Empire. Try to invade our territory.
Now we're off
Gunny, do you read me? We just got off two jamming ships en route to your
to
location.
take on
What's the situation?
and save Gunny and Keo. If I remember correctly, it's this way.
We need to help them now. Head toward Cavis.
And
Let's move, Vanguard 5.
overshot it again, but that's alright. Alrighty.
Finally.
So we're gonna, instead of starting straight into speed, we're starting into weapons just because we come up on those ties fast enough.
Watch your fire.
Oh, we accidentally hit Grace.
Imperial reinforcements. Another goes anti with ties.
And we take them out too.
Now we're not gonna worry about this because Anti's gonna bail. We're just worried about ties.
That Kazanti just jumped out of the system.
Running scared, I bet.
Alright, that's all the ties.
All the TIE fighters.
Alright.
That'll patch up your hull and stock up your ordnance.
We got ordnance and we got
Follow me.
On your way.
more importantly we got
Vanguard, we have an Imperial
chaff
cruiser
for
protecting the last
countering
jammers.
missiles.
Taking down these ships ain't gonna be easy.
This is good because this cruiser, well, as Keo just pointed out, has a missile launcher. We are going to need our countermeasures for it.
If we take out the jammers first, we can call the Temperance for reinforcements.
We're going to take out the jammers first, call the Temperance for reinforcements, because that CR-90 will help us out taking out that
Here we go.
light cruiser first. We don't really need sharp turns.
Let's finish off the last one.
Luckily, these things aren't shielded, but we are going to switch our shields to that, because unfortunately we are trapped in a way I did not expect, but it worked out.
That's the last of their jammers. New Republic communication should be restored.
Alright,
Commander James, if you read me, we need reinforcements on my position.
now for the fun part. Now, This light cruiser is very dangerous. Its cannons will take us down and destroy our shields like crazy.
Backup has arrived.
So and unlike the Raider, it has cannons at multiple locations, so we do need to be careful, make sure, and stay mobile to make sure we're not getting hit. We're going to be using our missiles as well without locking on in order to bring it down a little bit faster. Good thing about it is all these cannons are destructible, so as we're making our passes on the ships, oh no, never mind, it's just that. And luckily our CR-90s helped us out, so that is why we take out the jammers first. Alrighty.
Communications are restored across the sector.
Now let's get up out of here.
I'm grateful to Command
Congratulations,
Strong Squadron.
first real mission.
Back to the Temperance.
We are now a Padawan Vanguard Squadron.
We'll celebrate a job well done at the cantina.
And Gunny's got the right idea.
Let's get out of here.
Alrighty. Now we're rejoining the rest of Vanguard Squadron.
Great work, team. First round's on Frisk.
And Frisk is buying first round. Hello.
Vanguard. No time for celebration,
Oh.
I'm afraid. We have a visitor.
Well, that
And a
ruins
mission.
that plans.
I think you'll be
But I
interested.
think we'll be very happy with who our visitor is. I think I know who it is. Alrighty. So the whole reason we were doing all that was because there was Imperial jammers. Jamming communications, not good. Alright. So this is the first time in the hangar we actually can talk to the various squad mates, but
Where
that
is it now?
takes time. We can't really do it.
As you may
Now, meet Captain Wedge Antilles. He's going to be in charge of this in the field for this next mission, where we're going to be flying the X-Wing,
commander wants
but
you
this
an
time
expert for this
with
mission.
ion missiles.
Got you outfitted with ion missiles. They disable.
Ion missiles, this is the only time we're going to see them. So, say hello to the ion missiles when we launch them.
This place always brings back memories. Let's hope for some of that sky.
But hey, look where we are. If you don't recognize this planet, let me turn it a little bit upside down for you. Pretty sure you recognize it now. If you don't, this is Yavin Prime,
Immediate assistance.
Captain
where the
Antilles,
fourth moon of
Vanguard
Yavin is, where we blew up the first Death Star.
Damn good to see you, Wedge. We've taken heavy losses. We need that Star Destroyer stopped.
Now,
Don't you worry.
this mission introduces us to TIE Interceptors as enemies. TIE Interceptors are faster, more maneuverable, slightly more annoying than your standard TIEs, but
They're fast. They're
much like
regular
TIEs, they're just gonna
Vanguard, prioritize
be taken
targets.
down fairly easily. So we're gonna go after these guys first. TIE Interceptors do have missiles though, so now is gonna be where the fun part begins of
That's it. Push the Imperials back.
having enemies shoot missiles at you, enemy fighters shooting missiles, not just
Interceptors. Stay sharp.
We're looking out.
not just enemies capital ships.
You're ruining my paint job.
Actually, I think we're in the hot shot. Oh well.
Hey, I'm not dead.
Alright. I do tend to hyper focus a little bit in the middle of dogfighting, so if you hear me go quiet, it's just focusing on what I'm doing. But, oh,
Don't stay in the clouds too long. Even this high up, the heat's gonna strip your hull.
That's almost all of them. Then don't stop. Nice shot. That ion missile knocked their systems dead.
so the ion missiles knock their systems dead, as Frisk just says. That labels you to just kind of pass it by, leave it, and your allies will shoot it down for a free kill.
That's it. All
Well,
ties down.
that
Good
works.
job, Vanguard. Okay, regroup on Talos, leader.
That is the first time I've flown in the gas cloud, so I was not expecting my HP to be that low.
Then get ourselves out of here.
Roger that, Talus Leader.
Alright,
And don't worry about the Imperials.
we are going to switch to front shields for this.
You're really gonna steal that Star Destroyer?
You might be wondering, why are we stealing a Star Destroyer? Well, we haven't officially found out
Let's
yet,
head for the Victorum.
but we are stealing a Star
Set
Destroyer.
shields before they open fire on us.
No Galactic targeting system.
Let's do it.
Putting power to forward shields.
Alright, so, even crippled, the Star Destroyer is still,
This thing still has teeth.
yeah, still very dangerous.
Took a beating just chasing it here. I wanted to see the Victorium go up in flames, but stealing it.
Now we're going to switch to weapons and take it out. Alright, so that takes down the targeting system, makes it a little bit safer for us. Not entirely, but
Get in safely.
This is our chance to capture that Star Destroyer.
how?
Take the bridge. We'll have access to its internal
That's a good
systems.
question.
Scan for a breach
I don't
point.
think my X-Wing can pilot it.
Boarding team.
Oh, we're going to breach it?
You're up 5.
Breaching a Star Destroyer.
Well, this looks like a nice spot to breach. And not getting shot at.
Here, we can send a team in here.
Wait, I'm getting shot at.
Imperial fighters incoming.
5, give it a punch, will you?
Alright, so we don't actually need to take down the fighters until we knock out that. And that's why we just stay lined up there.
Push those last fighters back. Clear the skies.
Alright.
Let's get it off our tail then.
Now,
These Imperials just
we
keep
do want to try and keep these fighters back here as much as possible. Oh man, these fighters are actually outmaneuvering me today.
Scepter's on me. Can't shake 'em.
back on 5. Up and on.
Alrighty, so this is the introduction to secondaries now. For most part, we're going to ignore secondaries. This one we are not, as this one is actual relevant to the main mission. Those 2 kills do count towards your
Let's stop those fighters.
towards the rest of these fighters, so we do kind of need to. Hey, they stole my kill. It's alright, I just got 2. Alright, that way. Alrighty. So, the great question of how we're going to seal the Star Destroyer. Once we clear these fighters out, we're going to send in U-Wings with a boarding party. No, it's not an actual party. It's just what they call a group of people.
That's it. All fighters
Alrighty.
destroyed. Great work. U-Wings are on their way. We can bring the boarding team
That
safely.
went pretty decent, but it could have gone better.
Follow me to the rendezvous. We'll give them cover.
Where is Wedge? There's Wedge. Come on, Wedge, turn around. Thank you. Wedge! What are you doing? Alright, here come the U-Wings.
Boarding team.
You might recognize these from
Ready to take on a Star
their
Destroyer?
initial appearance in Rogue One.
Captain Antilles. Just get us there and we'll do the rest.
You heard him back on.
These are transport support ships. They're not really made to be fighting,
Destroyer's crew.
so it's our job to cover
Check
them.
the bridge. They'll slice internal security systems.
Luckily, we don't know how to do much of
Won't be a
anything.
problem with no computer access and all the blast doors locked.
And that's how you steal it. They're gonna take the bridge and basically control it. Oh, look, a lovely
We've got an Imperial carrier. They're launching reinforcements.
carrier.
They're not giving up the Victoria without a fight.
So we're gonna go ahead and
Take down that cruiser.
boost on over here.
Boarding team here. We've secured the breach point.
Use your ion missiles against the shields.
Ion weapons are great against shields,
Great against shields.
and so we're gonna want those against the shields. Knock a good chunk of shields down. We're gonna slow down this craft as we're gonna make multiple passes. Ion doesn't do much against hulls, but does a little bit. Alright, that takes care of the Quasar.
No need to thank me.
We're taking fire, but we're almost to the bridge.
Now we gotta deal with these fighters.
Carrier destroyer.
Alrighty. Got my engines too much there.
What's behind you?
Oh, that was beautiful. Alright. That's actually the last enemy in this mission.
Okay. Regroup at my position.
I'm gonna regroup on old Wedge.
On me, Vanguard. Let's regroup at the Victorum. The boarding team might need support.
And we're just gonna
Through those blast doors.
get through to the Victorum. Alright. So the boarding team is gonna take the Star Destroyer. And then, oh boy.
We've got another Imperial carrier.
Make that 3 carriers.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Everyone. We're in. Taking control now.
Alright. Nothing more epic than a Star Destroyer shooting down Imperial carriers.
Star Destroyer's taking down its own carrier. What a sight.
Yes, the ship is ours.
Alright.
You actually did it. And Project Starhawk has a Star Destroyer.
Alrighty, so that takes care of that one.
You can take it from here, Vanguard.
So we now have a Star Destroyer. We're gonna get... I hope y'all enjoyed the X-Wing, because unfortunately, that was its last hurrah.
Not now.
Frisk wants to know what the heck we need a Star Destroyer for, but Captain Javes is not going into it. And unfortunately, our Star Destroyer decided to have a breakdown. So we gotta go rescue it now. Now, we get into the A-Wing, and this is going to be the primary ship we're going to use for the rest of the run. It's just a superior fighter. We are, however, going to make a little bit of a change. We are switching to barrage rockets instead of lock-on rockets. Now, the reason we're going to use these is these are much more effective as a weapon against capital ships, which we are going to run into again. In addition, you can just saturate an area.
Our Star Destroyer's in
We
trouble.
might have a...
Vanguard, good to see you again. Think you can keep those bombers off us? We're on it, Victorum. Sit tight.
Alrighty.
Send those TIE bombers. We need to buy
We
our
do...
way some time.
Rip. Unfortunately, my power systems are... My D-pad is not responding right now to commands, so I normally have a backup system.
No can do. Their ion weapons knocked out our systems. We were defenseless until you arrived.
But right now, we're going to focus on trying to take down these TIE bombers because we have time to mess with that later.
Hit you with ion weapons. Yeah, you lose your controls or worse. Bombers don't stand a chance.
Is it... Hello. Yeah, but for some reason my D-pad buttons, they just like to stop working randomly. Alrighty.
All bombers destroyed.
Great. Just need time to restart our systems.
Hello?
Fast. Imperial shuttles headed your way.
Hold them off. If even one Imperial shuttle reaches us, we'll be overwhelmed. You heard of Vanguard. Intercept those shuttles.
Alright, so now we got Imperial shuttles to deal with. There they are.
We should split up to take them down. On your wing, pal.
Oh boy, that's definitely not good.
You know what shuttle I'm smashing?
See that? Shoot it.
Alright, so we're gonna have them take out, our allies take down that shuttle, while we take down the other one.
I've got the shuttle. Shuttle's down.
Detecting 2 more Imperial shuttles. They're trying to flank us.
Alright, we're gonna send them on that one. And this is why we use the dumbfire rockets.
Another destroyed.
You don't need to...
Group incoming. They have
Gonna send them after the other shuttle again. While we take down this last one.
One shuttle is all they need.
And looks like they missed the opportunity to take it down. It's alright.
Shoot down those shuttles.
Gonna wait for it to come out of that little bit of cover.
Imperial transports are done for. That's the last of those blasted shuttles.
Just in time. Systems are up. Time to fix the hyperdrive.
Alright.
Take out the Empire's carriers and buy us time, alright?
I'm calling in Y-Wing support. They'll lead a bombing run on those carriers. Don't let any TIE fighters near them. Keep up the pressure.
You actually can't really help out with the
Vanguard, if we lose our bombers, we're done for. Take out those ties.
the bombers on this one. I found that it's faster just to shoot down the ties.
We need you fighting ties.
I am fighting ties, Keo, but it's not my fault that this tie decided to hide behind a carrier. Yep. Where is it? So, this is the only mission in which the D-pad is required to be working, or at least my backup required controls to be working, which are also not working. So we might have to get to the checkpoint and retry to try and get the D-pad working again. Just because we do need our boost. Unfortunately, we can't be balanced. Unfortunately, my controls are not responding right now the way I want them to. For some weird reason, my D-pad is not letting me get out of balanced power. But yeah, normally I would be in weapons for this. This part, again, is a bit of an auto-scroller. There we go. Hold on one second. Where the heck? Hold on, I gotta figure out what's going on, because... Controls, button assignments, flight, blah, 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 blah. Comms, free look, keyboard and mouse. This is what I want.
Hyperdrive is almost ready. Can you buy us just a bit more time?
Oh, there we go. Back to... Okay, sorry about that.
Take down the rest of these ties.
Well, the ties are already gone. Anyways.
That's the last of them.
Your timing couldn't be better. We're almost done.
Alright.
Our bombers are out of here. Thanks for the backup.
Wait, did I
We're doing...
invert controls? Invert flight.
Our final test, Vanguard.
There we go.
Spread out and keep watch.
Alright, so if this was an actual
Moves back there, Keo.
world record attempt, I would have honestly just reset at this point, but
Learn right now?
this is marathon, so we can mess around a bit.
Figure it out first.
Now,
Okay.
here comes a cool little trick, and we're gonna follow Keo to do it.
Star circuit. First, transfer all power to your engines and fly as fast as you can. Yes. Now we're gonna buzz the bridge of the Victorum.
Alright, y'all ready? We are going to drift.
Okay, we're ready to boost. Punch it. When you're ready, turn as hard as you can, then hold the booster to cut your engines.
Alright,
Yes! You got it, Five.
first try. It took me a while to be able to get that to do it first try.
Someone the Empire's never gonna
Gonna
catch
restock up on missiles.
Sorry, team. It's for the
But yeah, like Alcom said, balance power is cringe. You want to put all your power to either your engines or to your weapons typically weapons. And it's about a 50-50.
Operational, Vanguard. What do you say we get out of here?
Alright,
Regrouping on your position, Victor.
now we can get to right where we need to go. For the person who said the EOD for the A-Wing is so good, A-Wing is best. It was the reason that I fly it for the rest of the game.
Classified. Just sent you the coordinates.
Alright, but we're going to be heading off to somewhere classified. And...
Jumping to hyperspace in 3, 2, 1. Punch it.
Bam.
What?
Well, that didn't work.
The drive failed again.
It's alright. We're already in speed mode, so we might as well start speeding on up.
Well, we gotta get there now.
And we're going to boost our way over there.
I don't know what happened. Everything was fine, and then our systems just shut down.
Sounds like the morphine nullifier is blocked. Run a system flush, then restart. It should be fine.
Yes.
Hold them off a little longer.
Didn't come this far just to leave you hanging.
Alright,
It's now or never, man.
so here's the usefulness of rockets.
More Imperial ships. They really want their Star Destroyer back.
No, they're here to destroy it.
Had about enough of these bombers.
You can just launch them and forget about them.
This is taking
But these rapid fire barrage lasers are better. They do have a smaller range of about 800, but the amount of the speed at which they fire is so good that the loss in range works at it, especially considering how fast you can close in. I mean, we're not going to worry about the quasars at all, just because the there's no point in it.
Initiating system flush. How long should this take?
Longer than I'd like.
backup raider just arrived.
Alrighty, so here is why
Destroy the raider.
we like
Good now.
rockets.
There's too many fighters.
Turbo lasers are back online. Hyperdrive's nearly.
Dumbfire rockets will tear right through this thing.
Hey, that hurt!
How much longer?
Realigning the transpacitor now.
Speak basic.
About halfway there.
Thank you. You're safe.
Alrighty, now we're back to ties.
Enemy reinforcements inbound.
Oh,
They got more bombers than us. It ain't fair.
Right. They're up against Padawan Squadron. It isn't fair.
this is why we like Keo. Keo's always got the best one-liners.
How can I help?
I'll take more rockets, Gunny. First time I heard that voice line.
Enemies tailing you.
Remember, we need to be about 800 meters away to hit enemies with the barrage rock, with the rapid fire lasers.
Storm shields are operational again.
Hey, shields are up. Alright, so the second raider should be coming up pretty soon. Once that second raider comes up, that's the signal that you're almost done. With the third raider being
Guess we'll keep it.
the signal that it's over. Alright, so we're almost done.
I'm on it. Joining up.
I'm gonna let the team.
Running a diagnostic on the alluvial damper.
Okay, great. Just do it.
We do need to knock out one of these raiders. And this is why the dumbfire rockets are good. They do a lot of damage really fast. And this is the third raider. Okay. We're good. I've never actually taken out the third raider before the Viper drive is ready. That's pretty dope, actually.
Don't have to tell me twice. They have to run out of ships at some point, right? Not likely.
You have the new jump coordinates, Vanguard?
Yeah.
See you on the
There
other
we go.
side, Victor.
Now here comes even more.
No. It's now or never. Let's get the hell out of here.
And that is the first A-Wing mission.
Move it, bye.
And at this point we get introduced in the cutscene to the Star Hawk, which is a really big ship built out of Imperial Star Destroyers with a really big tractor beam. Now we're going to play as the Empire. We find out our characters, basically, our Imperial character's been basically sent to Backwaters, along with now Captain Carol, also having the same. Oops, we got to talk to Sol, whose parents were senators. So she's very pro-Imperial Senate. Captain Carol just waxes poetic about the Empire. We're going to go into the hangar. We're going to meet Sergeant Wayland. He's our mechanic. Say hi to him. Say goodbye to him. That is all you're going to ever see of him in terms of relevance. This is Shen. He is partially destroyed, basically. And this is Vonrig. She's got a permanent chip on her shoulder.
I'm Havina Vonreg.
That's just pretty much sums up her character. Now, again, we are going to edit our loadout a little bit.
But that's no problem for a skilled pipe. Your loadout, however,
We are going to make sure we have the repair system, and we are going to switch over to the onslaught rockets. Those are the dumbfire rockets we just used, and basically in type form. Yep. And yes, Shane is basically just more machine now than man. Too many bad landings, as he put it. All right. Here we go. We're about to assault.
Squadron, on me.
And you know what? I just remembered the name of this place, and now I forgot it.
Divert course and leave this system in
Hosnian Prime. We are now Hosnian Prime, where the New Republic is.
Remember, we must be swift and precise. They'll scramble fighters quickly.
So we're gonna have to take down some
As well as the station.
Rebels arrive. The wave.
missile platforms. These missile platforms are very annoying. They can only take damage in one spot, despite how big they are. They only take damage at the very top. So,
Missile defense systems activated.
switch to lasers.
Keep it up.
Switch to the next one. Switch to dumbfire rockets.
Try. Don't take their cannons head on unless you have a death wish.
So this one, for example, even though we would shoot the bottom, you see its HP doesn't go down. So we have to shoot the top in order to
We can shoot down their salvos.
damage it. Luckily we have rockets too, and those will help out a lot. We can also use our repairs. Alrighty, there we go.
Our path is clear. Advance on the outpost.
And switch back into speeds.
What? They breached our missile defenses.
And we're gonna go
Take down those ties.
attack the station proper now.
Inside that station right now. We should take out the
They're gonna
shield
scramble
generator.
fighters,
Without
but we're
them,
gonna
the
ignore them.
lasers are vulnerable.
And we're gonna go instead for the shield generator.
Watch your backs.
We want to get underneath the shield in order to be able to damage it. And remember, at 1,000 meters, we can start blasting. We're gonna slow down just a little bit so we don't overtake it, and we're gonna move on to turbo lasers now. Turbo lasers, much like those missile platforms, can only take damage at their top.
Landing zone for our extraction shuttle. Evacuate the transports. Get the cargo out of here.
Seeing a rebel transport ship fleeing the outpost. That's a high-value target, and we won't let it escape.
We are gonna let them escape, just because, unfortunately, we do not have the time to go hunting for them. We need to
It'll take more than that.
be fast.
Information and ready.
But if we were doing, say, the 100% where we get all our secondaries, yes, these barrage fire rockets would come in especially useful there.
Clear here. Finish off the rest.
And we just pretty much go in a circle, taking out all the turbo lasers.
I'm hit. Impressive.
Outpost defenses are critically low. Keep it up.
And this should be the last one. Alright,
The outpost is
that takes care of that.
Titan, this is Shuttle Gladius, inbound for extraction.
And we're gonna meet up with Shuttle Gladius.
Titan will rendezvous at these coordinates. Thin the herd if you
And I went a little bit the wrong way, but it's fine. We're not gonna worry about the fighters at all. We're gonna go straight to Shuttle Gladius. Pick up Shuttle Gladius.
Thank me later. I didn't need your help.
closing in on you, Titan Squadron.
joining your position.
Now we get the fun.
We'll keep you safe, Gladius. Let's get you to the outpost's landing platform.
Now we have to escort Shuttle Gladius.
Squadron leader.
We'll be gone before the rebel fleet even knows we were here.
We are going to switch to lasers to take out some of these A-Wings.
Deploying for the station.
But I have noticed a tendency for the shuttle to move at the same speed you are, so we are going to maintain speed for the most part.
Enemy on your back.
I'm in position.
And these are the only real time that the shuttle is under actual threat from anything in the mission.
You're welcome. Here I am.
Took you long enough.
The rest of them just aren't threatening enough. Anyways, the shuttle's getting ready to land, so we're just gonna have a little bit of time to fool around. Let's shoot some cargo vessels. Make the Empire, make the Empire proud.
We've reached the station. Initiating
Oh, it's still up. I thought it was going up.
Imperial shuttle has landed. They're storming the outpost. Squadron, we're en route to Agent Thorne's location.
Ah, there it goes. All right. So now the rebels are very, very mad.
Why flee when we could blast the station to dust?
So they're going to deploy fighters from Hosni and Prime Popper.
Carol's strategy. We gain nothing by destroying a single outpost.
Going to refill on rockets,
Fighters inbound,
just in case.
Come from the surface.
only to die in space. Shoot them all down.
Now we just got to shoot down all the fighters.
They're behind you.
Careful maneuvering. We're going to use our rockets. And the rockets function kind of like flak, if you're familiar with that old traditional anti-aircraft weapon. We're basically just shooting so much of it, it's bound to hit.
This is quiet. Hostiles blocking our route. Stand by. More fighters coming our way.
Uh-oh, more fighters coming our way.
Yeah, ready to go.
Oh boy.
They've locked on.
I usually do not miss that bad.
Nice shooting.
Rip A-Wing. U-wings are bad. We do not like seeing U-wings. Those things are a pain in the butt to take down. And they can throw shields up onto allied fighters, which make them more pain in the butt to take down than they already are. But looks like we're looking good. And last one. Alright, there we go.
This is Agent Thorne. Your reputation precedes you. It's good to know my life is in capable hands.
Now we're going to switch to speed and basically stay in it. We're going to escort Agent Thorne out of here.
Titan Squadron, regroup with the Gladius.
Already there.
We're clear of the station. Cover our escape and escort us to the jump point.
Affirmative.
This is just an easy little escort mission.
Republic Corvettes inbound. Move, Titan.
Uh-oh, Republic Corvettes.
And keep Agent Thorne safe. Titan 3, take out those fighters. Protect the shuttle at all costs.
Alright, there we go. Unfortunately, this part is a bit of an auto-scroller. We can only go as fast as we can. Boosting does not boost the Gladius' speed, unfortunately. It just boosts ours.
They're sending more fighters after us. Quite the talent.
There we go.
They're blocking us in.
Just keep moving.
Okay. Unfortunately, we are getting more and more blocked in.
Fighters inbound.
But it's just X-Wings, so we can handle it. Dumb. Now the Seer...
They sent a frigate after us.
Oh boy, the frigate. These... The Nebula B is perhaps the most dangerous thing to see. I mean, it's scripted, so it's going to appear anyway, but they are very, very dangerous. Very, very...
Another frigate.
They've got lasers, they've got missiles. They've just got everything you could want to wreck your day.
Agent Thorne, you're in the clear.
You have my thanks, Titan
Alright,
Squadron.
and Agent Thorne, being in an actual ship with hyperdrive, they're gonna hyperdrive out of here.
Jump into light speed.
Meanwhile, we have to wait for our Gozanti. And we're gonna go straight there.
Let's leave this wretched system.
I'm dying! I've never seen it clip through that before.
Go, go, go! I'm under attack!
Nice work, Titan 3. You're officially part of the squadron now.
And now we are part of Titan Squadron. Yay! Alright. Moving on to this next mission. Agent Thorne was unfortunately not able to give us the information we needed, but gave us information that we can use. Can use, and we're gonna go capture somebody. Or several somebodies. Or about 3 ships worth of somebodies. We're gonna be flying the TIE Reaper. We are not gonna be adjusting it at all. It is exactly what we want it to be and what we need. Now, unlike the rest of the TIE line, the TIE Reaper does have a shield. We are going to be making use of it.
All this wreckage. What happened here? Captain Amos is bloodthirsty. He's baited the rebels into pointless fleet battles over Decevro.
Now, we do not have a repair for this,
By the look of it.
unfortunately,
His recklessness allows us
so
to
we
stay
have to be flying very, very carefully and make sure we're using
Convoy can't know we're tracking them.
everything we can. Now, we can't boost too much.
Radar jammer will make it harder for the enemy to track you. Use it wisely.
Or else we light up like a
Avoid detection.
Christmas tree. So we got to be careful here. At least until we reach this, and then we can boost all we want.
Spotted, this mission will That's quite the convoy just to protect rebel engineers.
Why not destroy them? Stop those gearheads from reaching their destination.
Now we're going to want to jam signals, because that'll keep us from
Plenty of new targets once we
coming up on radar at all.
slow it down, Titan 3.
Easy. Don't overdo it on the approach.
Alright,
Overseer, we're in position.
now we're going to stop right here, and we're going to
Titan.
do what should be a simple reconnaissance mission. We should just be
How can I
watching.
forget? We strike when the moment is right, not simply because we can.
Yes.
Attention! The Star Destroyer Tormentor is emerging from hyperspace near the debris field.
And unfortunately,
You can't be serious. Captain Amos, what is the meaning of this?
You're letting our enemy escape, Captain Carroll. I will not show the same mercy. Fire the missiles.
unfortunately we gotta
Convoy. Titan, shoot down the Tormentor's missiles.
shoot down the missiles.
You are compromising a delicate mission.
Delicate. This is war. Snuffing out this new republic is
Alright, we're gonna switch all our power to shields, not weapons or speed, because all we have to do is shoot down missiles.
No way we'll track their jump now.
But the rebels can still shoot you,
Saving the rebels from Imperial missiles. If the enemy thinks we're saviors now,
so we do need to make sure we are
Captain Amos, this is foolish.
we keep our shields up.
Tormentor is
This is one of the
severely damaged.
only times we are going to intentionally stay in shield mode.
Just look at the wreckage around you.
I see TIE fighters out there. Shattered, broken. Yours, I assume.
We don't have to move too much, we just have to
Price.
hang here.
The Tormentor is firing another missile volley.
we'll take them down.
I thought you'd let that one land and give them a scare.
Stay focused. Stop that scattered convoy.
And we're just waiting for more missiles.
Not quite.
That should be just 2 more missiles, and then we should be done. We get to move on to the next part. There's one.
Sharpshooting. Captain Amos must be cursing your name.
Nice try.
Looks like that's the last one.
That's the last
Yep.
of the missiles.
Amos knows he's wasting his time. Good work, Titan.
Alright.
Rebel transports are headed toward the Overseer. They'll jump to hyperspace before our ion cannons can engage. You must stop them, Titan.
Now, here is why we do not
On radar.
alter the
Disable the convoy ships with your ion
loadout at all.
We'll cover you. Excellent.
Ion lasers are better, though, let me rephrase what I'm trying to say here. The
Another convoy vessel ionized.
Your traditional lasers are better for taking down things, but we need the ion to disable the these GR-75s. And then
Disabled.
we're going to escort some shuttles around.
I'm deploying lander shuttles to board them and seize their nav data.
We'll keep the shuttle safe.
Now we gotta escort the
See
shuttles.
that you do.
The rest of this is pretty much
Amos. Physically retrieving the
an
nav
auto-scroller.
data is our last chance at finding Project Starhawk.
But
Shuttle's reached. Let's move.
let's just talk about the importance of ion weapons. So ion weapons tear down shields. They do work on enemy hulls. They're just not as effective. So we will be primarily just using them to disable ships.
Enemy starfighters are hounding a shuttle.
Deploy tactical shields to protect our shuttles.
And let our allies take them down.
Shield deployed. Nice.
And we're gonna shield the
I didn't need your help. Deploy shields on the shuttles.
shuttle, so they're not taking as much damage.
Imperial might will always prevail.
I implore you to retreat.
And ruin my spotless record.
You are out of guns, sir.
Because you shot down my missiles.
These two arguing is just...
Fine. I wash my hands of this, Captain Amos.
Then the glory shall be mine alone.
There we
Shuttle
go.
team, prepare to board. Seize the data. Find out
So
where
luckily
they
these
should
ion weapons are...
Boarding party has breached the transport. Stand by. Titan 3, help us finish off the enemy fighters.
I suppose I should thank you.
Yeah, once fully ionized, they're useless, so that's the good thing about ion weapons. They're just sitting ducks for
And with that,
whoever
the
wants to shoot
starfighters are
them.
gone. For now. Overseer, ready to receive shuttle team. Titan 3, keep them safe.
Alright. So now we get to fly around escorting the shuttles towards
The rebels have scrambled another fighter squadron.
the Overseer.
Titan 3, defend the shuttles.
I had it under control. Shield the shuttle, Titan 3.
Good, Titan 3.
Tactical shield activated. Jamming successful, Titan 3.
Ah!
I blocked their radar.
Once this group is done, we should be good.
Shield on that shuttle.
Ooh, look, we need more.
Here I am.
There we go. Ionize.
Attacking.
Very nice.
Alright, and that should be the last of the X-Wings.
Joining your position.
So all we're gonna do, we're just gonna make sure all the shuttles are staying together, nice and friendly shuttles. 1 shuttle, 2 shuttle, 3 shuttle, 3 shuttle, 4. Alright, and we just gotta fly.
Shields, excellent.
We're gonna stay in speed mode now because eventually we're gonna have to go save Captain, you know, gets himself blown up. From getting himself blown up. But personally, you know, I think we should leave Captain Amos to his cruel fate. After all, this is a delicate operation. But that just goes into the usual Imperial mindfulness of just blow them up some more, and once everything's blown up, try and blow up a planet or two. Very, very short-sighted thought structure. And we're gonna fly past them again. Yes, shuttles, get going.
The rebels are drawing back their attack. They can't come this close to the Overseer.
Excuse me, I yawned. Yeah, I mean, I think they've been drawing back their attack for a while now, technically speaking.
Good work. I'm reviewing the nav data now. Captain, the tormentor is
Alright,
taking
we
an
do have to get over
Its
here
destruction is imminent.
in order to trigger the next part. We can't just stay
Titan,
over
return
here.
to the Tormentor and cover its retreat.
Yes, ma'am.
But there's really nothing you can
Call off
do.
your squadron. I don't need their help.
Then you're prepared to retreat?
Never.
You will not survive this assault, Captain Amos.
I don't think he's going to survive this assault.
Captain Carroll, that frigate is coming apart. The tormentor is too close.
And there's...
Evasive
you
maneuvers
go.
now.
What are you talking about?
The frigate is about to explode.
Yeah, we're taking evasive maneuvers
But I
too.
won.
Yeah, so did Pyrrhus of Epirus. Pyrrhus won.
He's dead.
And then had to retreat.
What a waste. At least we have what we came for.
Alright. And that is probably one of my least favorite missions in the game. It's not too bad, but it's pretty decent. Now, you might be wondering, why is there a Y-Wing there? Why is there a Y-Wing?
The contacts verified your suspicions.
Well, we're about to go on a little bit of
protege of mine.
fun. So, we gotta lure Teresa Carroll into a trap. And in order to do that, we need a Y-Wing. We cannot edit its... We can edit its layout, but there's no real need. The only thing we need are bombs, and not even the Goliath missiles are that useful. But we're gonna definitely use those bombs to our maximum effectiveness. This is where it teaches you, where you finally get the tutorial to free look. And it's not letting me free look. Oh, there we go. So this is the inside of a Y-Wing. I hope you all like it. It's the only time we're ever going to see it. Y-Wing used to be my favorite StarCraft, but it's been replaced by the A-Wing, mostly because I play this game. Now this is going to be one where we go put all our power into engines and we leave it in there. This part, unfortunately, is on rails in a way, or an auto-scroller rather, as we are literally waiting on this Corvette. And the Corvette is slow. Slower than a Y-Wing.
This listening post in the middle of nowhere. How'd the boss find this place again?
Good question.
He sent a message, specifically hoping the Empire would intercept it and reveal the outpost. They took the bait.
Talk about a long shot. No way he could have known that would work.
Unless the message he sent seemed so enticing, the Empire had no choice but to intercept.
What could be that enticing?
That's the thing. Jays won't tell us. But it's a seed that will sprout into a trap.
Let's focus on this mission and worry about the details of the trap later.
Alright. So we're going to fly through an asteroid field. And to that. But we can't get there yet. We're waiting on this CR-90. Can't even use our weapons while we wait.
You think the Empire built this listening post just to help them find the Starhawk?
This one, perhaps, but it isn't the last listening post eavesdropping on the galaxy. Well, they do seem hell-bent on finding us. I bet the Empire cannot stand that we're building a new ship out of their old ones.
There's our listening post.
Alright.
I'll jam Imperial sensors.
So Gunny's going to jam the sensors.
I love it. They'll never see us coming.
Let's make them regret eavesdropping on the New Republic, huh? And just like that, we're hidden from Imperial sensors.
Alrighty. Now we're going to go bomb the heck out of this station.
Grace and I will take care of station defenses and starfighter patrols.
Here we go. 5, give them everything you got.
Alright.
Good, you're almost there. On my mark.
Great work, 5.
Alrighty, that's the first one.
It's a raid. Alert TIE patrols.
Nicely done. You're a natural 5.
Alright, we're gonna...
Now to bombard the rest of the receivers.
Now we're gonna bombard the other two.
Get the broadcast system running. We need to call reinforcements.
Uh-oh, quick. Take down those dishes before they can make that distress call.
That is a secondary objective, Keo. We are not dealing with that.
Can't call reinforcements without them.
Only one receiver left.
Oh, 5.
You really let them have it. Receivers are done for.
That leaves plenty of time to take out the communications array.
Regroup when you're ready, 5.
I don't care if we're under attack. Get
Alright,
the
where's
broadcast system up so I
Gunny?
can call for help.
There we go. Alrighty. Gonna refill our munitions. Regroup with Gunny.
With me at the edge of the listening post. All right, 5, form up at the edge of the station. It's time to take out the thermal systems.
Alright, we do unfortunately have to follow Gunny for this bit. But it's not the end of the world. Gunny can take those shots. Alright.
Enemies locked on.
Come on, Gunny. Gunny?
The thermal systems are located in the trench circling the edge of the station.
Alrighty.
Fly into the trench, give them hell.
Oops. This part is pretty easy.
General distress call to any Imperial forces. SLS 3370 is under attack. Reinforce immediately.
I've never... And we've got a problem.
We were too late taking out the dishes.
Alright. We gotta restep. We gotta, unfortunately, retry from checkpoint. Unfortunately, I got myself stuck into a position somehow.
Systems are located in the trench circling the edge of the station. Fly into the trench.
As the first time I've done that. I'm just gonna blame it on my nerves and call it a day.
General distress call to any Imperial forces. SLS 3370 is
There we
under
go.
attack. Reinforce immediately.
Heck. Sounds like Imperial backup is on the way.
We were too late taking out the dishes.
Yeah. It's a good thing we ignored him because we gotta make up time for that.
Rebels are doomed. Our reinforcements have arrived.
They sent a raider.
We'll take care of it. Focus on the listening post.
Oh yeah, I am.
Here I am.
Now the reason we're taking these out is this controls
We got a
the
lot
heat.
more ties inbound.
Taking out the heat
Corvette is taking heavy fire.
will cause the station to overheat and not be able to run. I should not need to do
Heavy
that.
fire.
Okay, coming your way with a resupply.
Thermal system destroyed. Temperatures are rising.
Thank God. The Empire just
Oh,
opened the
sweet, that
vents
was
on
the last one.
listening
All right. Thought I was
Thermal
crazy.
systems must be overloading. They're trying to cool down the core.
Regroup at the vent. I got an idea.
That Imperial Raider is shredding our Corvette. Vanguard 5, we need you at the vents.
There's the tent. All right. Now we're gonna get in. We're gonna max out our boost here. We're not gonna use it. We want maximum speed possible for this.
TIE interceptors coming our way.
Point your cannons at the raider. No, we lost the Corvette. Where were you, Five? All right, Five. Get
All right.
in there and fly carefully. Fly into the vent and destroy the station's power cores. When you get to the core, start dropping bombs and do not stop. You won't have much time.
Alrighty, here we go.
I heard that.
Oh man, no, no, no!
Get moving.
Stop hitting everything!
Quick, the vent is closing.
Go, go, go.
Ooh, this is gonna be tight! Let's go!
Their reinforcements are running scared.
Looks like our work here is done. Woo! All right, team.
There we go. That was moderately scary. It is very easy to game over there, get stuck, and not be able to escape the fire in time. But we made it, and that's the last time we're gonna see the cockpit of the Y-Wing throughout the rest of the run.
It's time for the next step.
And I didn't mention this, but we're not gonna see the cockpit of your standard TIE fighter either. Alrighty. Normally the music's not still playing, so if it's still playing, I don't know why, but we're now onto the trap. We're gonna fly the A-wing because
An X-wing, Y-wing, or A-wing?
it's just
I've got pros and cons.
the best option here. This part is entirely,
As you can see, I wasn't exaggerating about the dangers of the Xavian Abyss.
Yeah. Look at that lightning.
And we got word that Teresa Carroll has taken the bait.
Auto-scroller. Thank you, Brandon. Let us try and work.
Good luck, Vanguard. Protect that convoy. And see you on the other side.
Alrighty, so we gotta escort the convoy. It's just a bunch of remote piloted GR-75s.
Chaos on every side. We don't belong here.
I'd hate to see what does.
Hey, what happens once the Starhawk disables the Overseer?
And this is the
Victorum, I expect. Board it, lock its systems, and
Xavian
take the
Abyss.
crew prisoner.
It is a very weird little place we are in.
Coming along quietly. I hate these clouds. Who knows what's out there?
Alright.
We know what's out there. A Star Destroyer with a captain who wants us dead.
Real helpful. Thanks, Gunny.
Alright.
Convoy's droid autopilot ain't smart enough to steer through these asteroids.
So, we do have to clear a path a bit, and that'll allow us to actually maneuver in a bit. But remember, we have to be under 800 in order to hit it. Now, a cool little bit of lore.
Look, a Star Destroyer,
A Venator!
or what's left of one.
I'd say it's been here a long while.
You'd
Yeah,
think
that's
this would
putting it mildly.
discourage Teresa Carroll.
This sort of like
Alright, so
wreckage ain't a warning. It's one more
this is what an
insult.
A-Wing's internals look like. While we're waiting for our convoy to move its collective.
Look lively,
But-
Vanguard. Imperial ships are on radar.
Alright.
Scouts. Perfect.
And here is why we like the barrage rockets.
Give 'em a show. Make sure they buy it.
One down. I caught those ties scanning the convoy. Do you think they know there's no that night?
It is literally just a
They're chasing you. Shake them off.
amount of destruction that's huge. Basically, we just saturate the area with rockets and
Should have dodged that.
they work really well on just large groups of enemies. Because,
Take that. TIE bombers don't let that convoy apart. Get 'em.
went a little too fast there, but it's alright.
Get the TIE bombers.
And you do not want to fly into the abyss itself, because the abyss will stare back at you, and it's not going to be a very pleasant stare.
We pushed them back. Let's keep going.
I repeat, Vanguard, the Imperials scanned the convoy, but the Overseer is still on approach. They must have stopped the ties before they could transmit that scan. Vanguard,
Alright.
Signal's breaking up. Let's push on.
The ambush point is this way. Ready? Let's go.
And we are now versus the Star Destroyer's entire complement of ties.
The Overseer. Finally. We've drawn it in.
Nobody panic. This is the plan. Defend the convoy and keep luring the Overseer to the ambush point. How could you challenge an Imperial Star Destroyer?
And my controls have gone crazy again.
Destroy the asteroids, the Overseer will catch the convoy.
Guess Teresa decided
I am
to
stuck
handle
in
this
balance
convoy herself.
for the time being. Get used to that, by the way. We unfortunately have... They are launching missiles at... distances that just are ridiculous and they will not hit.
Trapped with nowhere to go. Launch fighters! More Imperial fighters! Check behind!
Gotta take out those bombers.
Taking damage! Right here and ready to go.
Not want to be too close without to that Star Destroyer. You will get tractor beams, and if you do not have
I'm with you.
the ability to go into this into your speed mode, like right now, again, not by choice, it is a weird,
Get the last of the fighters.
I don't know if it's a glitch or a bug or something.
The Overseer's right in turbo laser range. Try to focus on the ties. The stalls will handle the Overseer. If we can make it to the bottleneck in
This
time.
part's on an auto scroller. We are literally waiting for the convoy to get to where it needs to get to. Oh, there we go. Her.
Enemies locked right on me.
So the big thing is obviously don't die, so we need to avoid flying into asteroids. We need to avoid getting shot down. We need to avoid getting hit by rockets a lot. And we need to obviously make sure that the convoy makes it.
See that shot? That's the bottleneck the boss mentioned.
Oh, looks like I countered one of their
Leading James to
missiles.
Vanguard. We have you on radar. Keep going. You're almost in range.
There we go.
That'll do. Enemy fighter is locked on.
Hello. That guy's going slow.
Vanguard, the Overseer is targeting you.
Alright.
I need more time. Distract
So they need more time while they
and stay alive.
charge the tractor beam, so we just gotta keep shooting down.
Fighters one by one should be very distracting.
We gotta keep shooting him down.
Vanguard Squadron, this is a futile gesture. You have nowhere to go, and I have no interest in prisoners.
Enemies locked on.
So one thing I don't get is why she said, I'm not interested in prisoners. Well, hello. I just got ran into.
Hey, I'm not dead.
Tractor beam is charging. 34%.
Stay strong. We fly for the New Republic. I'm under fire.
Okay. Here we go. Here's some things to shoot at.
What's wrong, Teresa? Can't hit something that ain't a helpless convoy.
Tractor beams at 61%.
Alrighty.
Let's push on.
There we go. Nervous laughter for evading a missile.
Beam at 87%. Ready for trap.
That's teamwork.
Alrighty.
Fire tractor beam on my mark. We're ready. Vanguard, withdraw through the bottleneck to a safe position.
Basically, we got to get away from the sun.
Now.
Alrighty, so that's... So basically, we caused a lot of damage to the this Star Destroyer, and they are now in a different sector under command of one Colonel Grom. He has reassigned us to.
This machine was built to cut down any.
I forgot to alter the
That's what you do.
Hoosie Waddles. This is going to be interesting. So I don't have the barrage rockets I want. or a repair droid.
Overseer, Titan is outbound.
But this is workable. This is workable. This is definitely doable.
Colonel Grau,
Um,
I've ordered Titan Squadron to patrol the area in preparation of the enemy attack.
so,
Good. My munitions depot was as valuable as it is volatile. I expect
this guy's a bit of a
with your lives.
jerk. He, as I said, reassigned us from hunting down Project Starhawk to protecting this. And Captain Carroll is basically going to steal the stuff we need to take down Project Starhawk from him while we're protecting him from a rebel attack.
Control towers are operational. Don't let the rebels destroy all three. Nobody survives that chain reaction.
Sounds like you speak from experience, Shen. Which I know you do.
And we basically just got to follow Shen around for a little bit.
Wonder how many of our outposts survived. Could be more resources out there. Research, weapons, medical.
Poor Shen.
Final tower is clear.
Alright.
No sign of the rebels yet.
So now we're going to have to start scanning ships for Baradium.
Braun has several ships in the area. Target and
So
scan
Baradium,
locate
think
the
of it as napalm on steroids. If you know what napalm is, this is Baradium. But much more
Scanning freighter.
burny.
Titan 3 do the same. No Baradium. Any luck?
Nope.
That freighter doesn't have Baradium, but I'm detecting concussion missiles, heavy ion cannons, and plasma bombs as well.
Think of what we could have accomplished at Endor with these supplies.
Come on, Titan 3. Got a plan.
Alright, you gotta wait for Shen.
Mass incursion. Our forces use Baradium. Moved with Zeta-class cargo shuttles. If Chrome has Baradium, he might be doing the same. We use Baradium strikes to drive the rebels out of hiding at Jambes. But it didn't flush the rebels out. It incinerated them.
Yeah, this stuff's pretty bad. In terms of
Here they are.
the humanity behind these weapons.
That's it. Baradium. I'm tracing its signature across the depot.
Alrighty.
Titan Squadron, regroup.
Forming up on your position.
Alrighty, so now we're gonna defend
We'll secure the Baradium during the enemy raid.
against an enemy raid.
We're ready for them.
And here they come.
Titan, we have rebel forces emerging from hyperspace.
Right on time.
Rebel bombers are targeting the control towers.
Kill those bombers, Titan.
Remember, if they destroy the towers, we lose the depot.
Then the Overseer will be overrun. Or worse. Tower 1 has been targeted. Look, more enemy fighters.
Alright, so we're focusing on the Y-Wings. Those are the ones we need to take down first. Again, we don't normally have
You're welcome. I suppose I should thank you.
seeker missiles, but unfortunately, I forgot to change out our weapons, so
Ships are targeting Tower 2.
we are just gonna have to make do with what we have.
That was close.
It's not ideal, but it is still workable.
Is that a Corvette?
Focus fire on the rebel corvette.
Kill its polar escort.
That's the way. Watch behind. Enemies closing.
And we're going to focus on the Corvette first, just because it's the biggest threat.
Corvette destroyed.
That was completely intentional. Where is it?
They're going for Tower 1.
Well, thank you, Graham.
I'm on your way.
And that's the live.
Now what?
Thank me later.
Rebels are on the run.
Alrighty.
They'll be back with friends.
They're gonna go away now.
We'll send them fleeing again.
Titan Squadron, LT-514 will remote pilot the cargo ships to the Overseer. Titan, it's time.
Alright.
Escort the cargo ships
These
to
we
the
have to be a
Overseer.
little bit careful on escorting. I have managed to split them up before. And then they are a pain in the butt to get,
Focus on the Meridian.
and then you have to turn all the way around.
Titan 3 and I will handle the other.
We gotta get these A-Wings down. All while making sure that these keep moving forward.
We're with you.
Cargo shuttles are en route but vulnerable. Move to assist.
God, what is this A-Wing doing? What the heck was that? Like, legitimately, it's just... It just...
Your friends are next.
I'm just gonna... I'm still trying to process what I saw that A-Wing trying to do. It went one way, then back again, and then it just...
Formation and ready.
I've never seen that before.
Yes, bring them down.
I mean, grade A is definitely one way to consider playing it, but dang. I mean, did he graduate top of his class?
Radiant shield is exposed.
Alright, that's it. Now we just gotta make sure they're both together. And brilliant. Now we just gotta wait for them to get to the Star Destroyer.
Let's cover our shuttle.
Onric, I can't cover it anymore. If I were to cover it more, I would literally be on this thing.
The Meridian is ours. And Ground.
Alright.
I'm the wiser.
There we go.
We have everything we need to annihilate the rebel base, their Starhawk, and Lyndon James. Enemies incoming.
Alrighty. This is where we're gonna wish we had barrage rockets, but unfortunately we do not. So we will have to make do.
Destroy it
Oh
immediately.
God, excuse me.
Shen, take point with ion bombs. We'll follow your lead.
I'll bring down their shields.
Titan 3, you'll focus on the turrets after the frigate's shields go down.
Almost, but not quite.
Frigate shields are down.
Alright, Shen did his job. Now I can do mine.
That frigate will tear us apart.
Then we take out its
And we're just gonna keep firing on this.
Enemy missile. You're welcome.
And the Nebulon B is almost down. Oh wow, I managed to destroy this.
Destroyed.
Alright.
Good work, Titan. You've secured the Baradium and saved this depot from the rebels. Mission accomplished.
That's it. And now we just gotta get to the Star Destroyer. Don't worry about what Ground's saying. He's not in charge here.
Titan Squadron, return to the Overseer at once. We're leaving the remitting system.
Captain,
Yeah, we're just gonna cut him off. Alrighty.
Our victory is nearly.
So now we're going to my personal favorite planet, Mon Calamari. We got to distract the rebels away from the enemy, from their base. We are going to make sure we
authorized to fly a TIE fighter,
we author
Reaper, or interceptor. Your choice.
oh, that's countermeasures dirt. Did I? God. There we go. Yeah. I had to re-equip my... We definitely want the barrage rockets for this mission. We're going to be taking down a Mon Cala... The Silver Coronet. That's one of the newer Mon Cala starships.
One of the Republic's key
And more
shipyards.
importantly, they just make this part much faster.
Show no mercy,
Because we're going to be destroying these fuel pods here. But
Your first target is the refueling pods in orbit.
it's just faster to use the rockets. The lasers just aren't fast enough.
Any interference.
Let's get started. Lead on, 3.
Alrighty, here we go. Between their
Fuel pod is destroyed.
longer range,
Fuel is the lifeblood of war. No fuel means no ships or supply lines.
oh,
Just
out
a
of
slow,
range.
lingering defeat. This will draw enemy attention.
Let them come.
Plenty of firepower to go around.
And it's, yeah, these are just faster.
Hit and split tactics, remember.
Yeah, this is the planet for the V-Wing mission from the original Rogue Squadron.
Anvil Squadron has been alerted. Enemy reinforcements will be there any minute.
Perfect. Permission to take point 3. Got a score to
Now we get to take on Anvil Squadron, the other major squadron that kind of just got forgot.
Starfighters approaching. Imperial invaders. This is Anvil Squadron.
We want that U-Wing as fast as we can.
Immediately or face the consequences.
And it's gone. We're going to avoid these CR-90s. We are exclusively looking for fighters. Where the heck did it go? There it is.
Fighter on my tail.
Show no mercy.
We want to try and get as many clusters of fighters as we can. So that way, we can, you know, just nail them out as fast as we can. But we can't always get what we want. Going for that U-Wing. So the U-Wing, much like the Reaper, can throw on shields. God. What is this guy's turning? Holy. That took way too long.
Requesting immediate reinforcements to my location.
Nicely done, Titan. They will feel that loss keenly.
Now got our laser cannons warmed up, ready for whatever's next.
On my way to the next one.
And now we gotta go to the next one, which is right over there. And we're gonna use our boost thrusters to get there as fast as possible, all while avoiding Anvil Squadron. Bye, Anvil. Bye, Anvil.
Are we heading to the next target?
Yes, Gray, we are heading there as fast as humanly possible. Alrighty. So we're on to the next one. This one, Gurge regrets a little bit. We have to shoot down civilian craft.
Those transports are our next target. Looks like Anvil Squadron is already here.
Titan Squadron, these ships are under our protection. Leave now or be destroyed.
There's a third way, Anvil. You won't like it.
Cut through those Anvil defenders and destroy the transports.
Easy. Alright.
No problem.
This is...
Transports are fleeing towards Moncala's planetary defenses.
They only delay the inevitable.
This is again why we like dumbfire rockets.
Some necessary evils weigh heavier than others.
Second thoughts.
They are exceedingly effective against enemy ships.
Must be destroyed. Might be a fixed price.
Transport is down.
Alrighty.
Transport scuttled.
You'll suffer for this, Titan.
Try me.
I doubt we will.
Anvil Squadron is called in reinforcements. Incoming now.
You've made an impression, Titan.
We're not going to hang around long enough to finish off the
Forward to the next target.
We're going to push on to the next target.
Attacking civilians. How much lower can the Imperials sink?
This is so precious.
And we're pretty much
Press on when you're ready.
going to move on to the next one. And the next one is a medical frigate, which is a conveniently placed Nebulon B. This is a very dangerous ship to assault
Medical frigate.
A medical frigate.
without shields.
Patience.
So we're going to do the best we can and hope and pray.
But losing medical supplies in wartime is far more devastating. I'm right in there.
Luckily for any Imperial with a conscious.
You picked up a tail.
Yeah, with a conscious.
You'll have to try
We are
harder
not
than
actually
that.
going to down this one.
Expect resistance, Titan. Anvil's on alert now.
It's, we're just going to damage it to the point where the
Taking damage.
Silver Coronet comes in, which is
Tracking Anvil. They headed back your way. Sending coordinates now.
Follow me, Titan.
now we're going to focus on the Silver Coronet.
Anvil Squadron.
They're sensing the silver coronet.
There it is.
The flagship. Anvil's getting overconfident.
This is what we're going after
Medical
next.
frigate.
Now,
Head to the Silver Coronet. The
I'm
Overseer
gonna
is
load
on
up on
to assist.
rockets.
Lucky I was here. Too easy. Take no
'Cause we got-
chances, Titan. Return to the Overseer's hangar if you need emergency repairs.
A lot of damage to do, and we're going to need those rockets. Now,
The Silver Coronet.
this one we're going to have to kind of tear apart.
And a chance to strike an even greater blow. Titan 3, lead the assault. Demonstrate your capabilities.
All right, Kree. Lead on. We're wasting time on the Coronet's shields. Fly underneath them. We can attack the hull directly.
I'm looking specifically
It might help
for...
to take out the Coronet's shield generators.
There's one.
Those gills on its hull.
One shield generator down. Let's take out the second.
Shield generators, that's what I was looking for. There's the other one.
Shields are going down.
The Empire's taken too much from us. It ends now.
Alright.
Defend the Coronet. We're making a mark. Silver Coronet is taking
Yeah, we got to remember, don't want to hit. If it's already on fire, we can't hit it anymore. It's already. Yeah, like that. That was a waste of hits.
3. There are many subsystems on their flagships. Locate them, target, and destroy. We're good. Bring the silver coronet down.
And
Attack another area of the hull.
there we go. Silver coronet's gone.
That's it. The silver coronet is done for.
Look at it burn.
Anvil leaders, any remaining forces. If you can hear me, fall back to Moncala. Repeat, fall back.
So what's next?
Music to my ears. Thanks for making it out.
All right, and that's it for Moncala.
The Republic will rush to defend.
And now we are going to assault the Nadiri dry docks. So this is when we are going to finally fly for the first time the TIE bomber, which is one of 2 times. This can be a little bit scary.
Consider outfitting your bomber
We
to
are
handle
gonna
the
alter
fighters
the
as well as their capital ships.
loadout a
Loadout is
bit,
looking good. It'll be even better
proton
once we're clear to
torpedoes,
operate.
and proton bombs. By the way, this is going to be one of 2 times we're using the proton torpedo. The other time will literally be in the next mission. But either way, we're only using the Rebels' famous proton torpedo on the TIE bomber. So we will
Massacre your enemy.
not be seeing the Rebels shoot it.
General Syndulla to Imperial forces. You are trespassing in New Republic space. Leave immediately.
This is Captain Carroll of the Overseer. Your Starhawk dies today, as will you. Titan Squadron, attack!
I mean,
With pleasure.
so first thing we have to do, we have to clear a path. We're going to be mostly in speed for this. We will be using a little bit of firepower to knock out ships later. But for the most part, we are going to be
Better luck next time.
in
Information
wrong
ready.
button. I dropped a bomb instead of shooting off a proton torpedo. You might be thinking proton torpedoes are a little bit of overkill, but they're also like javelins. You fire, you forget them. Hold on 1 second. Did they give you? So you always.
Nice work.
One turret down.
I mean, you're always gonna have to move forward.
Headed your way.
Did you think we wouldn't put up a fight?
How do you spend your
The closest
final
you could
moments?
drift if you want to reverse, but
Titan, engage.
for the most part, you're gonna be just heading forward. All right. Kinda lost the plot a bit.
You're welcome. Worry about yourself next time.
This is why we don't like the TIE bomber. The TIE bomber is extremely slow,
Impudent scum.
and this X-wing will not get around this freaking rock. Oh well. We're gonna go for this missile instead.
It's done for. Threat's gone. Keep fighting. I didn't need your help.
They're right behind you.
And that should be the last, second to last turret launcher. Missile launcher. God, purple.
I think they've locked on. Titan, we're launching beradium missiles from the Overseer now.
So these beradium missiles that they're launching, they won't do any good. The dockyard has a shield. Alright, so we got one more missile launcher, and luckily it's right there for us.
Turrets destroyed.
Reroute
Alrighty.
I'd say you owe me one. Beradium has made contact with the dockyard's shields. This won't take long.
Alright, let's switch back into speed, and we're probably going to maintain that for the rest of the run, or rest of this mission at least.
All units report in. You're wasting your breath. They're dead.
Javes told me about you, Teresa. Violence follows wherever you go.
You need to be careful. This Starhawk will tear you apart.
History will remember what side you chose.
History has no sides, only survivors.
Our shields will hold.
Only as long as we let them. Titan, destroy the dockyard shield generators.
Understood. The first shield generator is down.
And
Get the rest.
that is why we like the proton torpedoes. They are literally just
For now, soon that monstrosity will be a wreckage.
fire and forget weapons.
Another generator destroyed. Good. Shield generator down. Superb.
These two are kind of hard to get. Well, I say hard, they're more like tricksy.
I have your back.
I suppose I should thank you.
I think we are missing one.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Yep, we're missing one. Yeah, all the way over there. Nah, it's not the worst one to miss. Alrighty. Rip hangers, rip shields. We're not worrying about the hangers. We are going to be making a...
Shields are down. The dockyards are exposed.
Overseer, prepare to fire.
Wait, we have civilians preparing to evacuate. They have no
There we
place
go.
in this battle.
Then you should never have brought them here.
That beradium is really working. Titan, finish what needs finishing, then regroup.
This is what I'm talking about. The Starhawk is just to the side.
Pull back.
There we go.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Beautiful.
So much for Project Starhawk.
Alright, we're still alive. Like, why didn't this trigger?
Captain, the rebels are evacuating the station.
You came for the Starhawk, not civilians. Let them go.
No survivors, Titan Squadron.
Captain, they've launched corvettes to cover the civilian
Now,
escape.
this is where we're going to show off the brilliance that is the proton torpedo.
If you see transports, take them down too.
Wait for me to reload. You're welcome. Took you long enough.
This is a distress
This
call
thing
to
is
any
going to do about half of that shield's
Dairy dockyards are under attack. Send backup.
HP and damage.
I'm with you.
It's the slow thing ever.
We detected enemy corvettes coming out of light speed.
That won't save them.
We need more fire on that Star Destroyer.
She's stalling for time. It doesn't matter. She's already run out.
And that is why we like the bomber.
Ready to go.
Proton torpedo knocks out the shields. Continued laser fire also assists on the shields.
I'm on your way.
And then proton bombs just
I'm hit. Impressive.
devastate it.
I had it under control.
Oh, it had more HP than I thought it did.
I'd say you owe me one.
Alright, and then we're gonna get lined up for another bombing run.
I'd say you owe me one. Took you long enough. You picked up a tail.
Now the proton torpedo should be, it is worth mentioning, cannot be dumbfired at all. Unlike otherwise.
Our victory was assured before the battle had even begun, General Sinjula. All personnel board the Starhawk immediately. I'm flying us out of here.
Captain, the Starhawk is powering up. I believe they're trying to flee.
Pathetic. Titan 3, return to the
There we go.
Overseer for
That's what we
radium
need.
munitions immediately.
Now for the fun part of this mission.
Civilian transport escaped. Disappointing. But no matter.
We're gonna launch
They're
Beradium.
nothing compared to the Starhawk.
For bombs, the bombs are really brilliant at damaging whatchamacallit, just everything, any type of hard point. So that includes ships in general. But the proton torpedo is just the superior shield buster. One of those will do like half its HP.
Immobilize it, and the Overseer will deliver the killing blow. Attacking the target. Enemy behind you. Stay sharp.
Now we're gonna.
Starhawk taking fire.
Hit it again, Titan 3.
And these are the Beradium munitions, so these are incendiary. We do get a nice little shield on the TIE bomber to help assaults and stuff. And we're good. Ow.
Starhawk engines and hyperdrive systems are severely damaged. It won't be jumping anyway.
I'm not done yet.
Alrighty, and now we are done with the initial assault on the Starhawk. We are now going to set a trap in order to force him through the Ringali Nebula. This is mission. You get to choose the option between the Reaper and the Bomber. If you think the Reaper is superior, you are wrong. You want to fly the TIE Bomber for this mission. You want to make sure you have your proton torpedoes and your bombs. And I'll explain why in a little bit, because this mission is all about capital ships. But we have two ways to knock them out fast. We got
Overseer, Titan is outbound and advancing ahead of the enemy fleet.
Excellent. Dismantle their fleet in the debris field. They'll die here or divert the Starhawk into the Ringali Nebula.
Squadron, on me. We're approaching the junkyard now.
This isn't just a junkyard, Varko.
where the hell
It's
is
an
it?
Imperial graveyard. How many different destroyers do you think they left out here? And what did the Republic do to their crews?
So
Doesn't matter, we can't.
we're going to be looking for cores in a bit.
do now is deliver
These cores are highly volatile,
Before
and
we're
will go
done today,
big kablooey
this will
if
be
you
a
go
rebel graveyard
if you shoot them. We're going to big kablooey them and knock out all the capital ships that as they come. But we are also going to make excellent use of our proton bombs and torpedoes to try and do as much damage as possible so we can knock them out as fast as possible.
You have time to prepare our trap. Copy that. Let's find those reactor cores.
So we're going to...
only active cores are explosive.
So if it glows red,
Useless duds. Understood.
be careful or else you'll be dead. So like that one's useless.
Useless to us. Destroy it and move on.
Active.
How
Active.
exactly are we rigging these cores to explode? We're not. The active cores
Yep,
are
pretty
long
much
term.
it's a minefield.
It only takes a few shots to detonate them. So the rebels inadvertently created
The proximity sensors on active cores will alert us to enemies in range of our explosives.
Alrighty.
If you hear the alarm, a ship is inside the kill zone. That's when we attack the cores and detonate.
It's time, Squadron. Enemy starfighters have entered your minefield. Affirmative, Overseer.
We do need to be careful knocking out the starfighters.
Could cost us our cause. Precision above all else, pilots.
Soul's right. Titan 3. Let's cut down these fighters.
We need to be very, very careful so we don't accidentally knock out a core.
Enemy behind you, stay
My record's been very clean on that, so I'd like to keep it that way. Oh, thank you for... Oh, thank you.
Republic corvettes are on the approach.
Then we need to pick up the pace.
You'll have to try harder than that.
Well, there goes my good record. Of course, I said as soon as I said something. I thought that was an inactive one.
Time, Squadron. Enemy starfighters have entered your minefield. Affirmative, Overseer.
Okay, so we just reactivated the we just activated the cores. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Precision above all else, pilots.
Soul's right. Titan 3. Let's cut down these fighters. Too close to the core. Don't die.
Get away from that core. I suppose I should thank you.
But yes, that'll happen if you're too close. That's why we have to be very careful.
Republic corvettes are on the approach.
Then we need to pick up the pace.
Threat eliminated.
Took you long enough.
Okay,
That's the last of the fighters.
there we go.
Like moose to the slaughter.
Corvettes inbound. Regroup and be ready to strike. Watch it. Core will kill you. Rebel corvettes inbound. Titan 3. When their ships are in range, detonate the cores.
There we go.
Follow me.
I'm in formation.
They've locked on.
Careful.
Wrong one.
You're in the core's kill zone. Enemy ship is in the kill zone.
All right, enemy ships in the kill zone. We need to target the core.
Their fleets must not reach Chandrilla.
So as you can see, we got a 3-for-1 special. All their shields are down.
Rebel ship is ready to die.
Look at that.
Crack shot, Titan 3.
The strategy.
And this is why we bring the bombs.
You're safe.
Worry about yourself next time.
Because we can knock out the... We can knock out additional ships.
The Starhawk will be ashes by the time we're done with it.
There we go. Got a little bit of time made up there to bombing that one Corvette instead of waiting for it to hit the cores.
For now. Another convoy is inbound.
We'll be ready for them. Titan 3, scan more cores. We don't have much time to rearm our minefield. I'm in position. Good find. You're too close to the core.
So we're going to rescan the cores because we got 3 more Corvettes incoming.
Primed and ready.
Active.
We can use that one.
Enemies locking on.
All right,
Enemy fighters have arrived. Hunt them down.
so we got to make up some time. We got to start shooting down these fighters. We do not need the rest of these cores to be active.
You're in the core's kill zone.
If we get the time, I will activate more of them. Or scan more of them, I should say, but...
Quite the talent.
think we'll be fine without it. That's what I say, but...
You'll have to try harder than that.
Oof.
Taking enemy fire.
Hold still, Mr. X-Wing. I want to shoot you down. Did they just run into each other?
If that detonates, you're dead.
There we go. There's the last X-Wing. Heck yeah, flew right at me.
All X-Wings destroyed. The cores are safe. Here and ready to go. Another convoy of corvettes have arrived, Titan. Titan, regroup and prepare for the ambush. We're ready. Corvettes incoming.
Do we have enough cores to take them out?
We'd better.
Short answer is yes, we do.
Easy. Don't be nearby when that core blows.
I had it under control.
It's dead.
You've got a tail.
Closer near the core.
Oh god, I might be too close to this one, but we're gonna go for it.
Taking damage.
Enemy in position. Detonate the core.
Is that all you've got? Kill that core. Kill those rebels.
There we go.
Core kill you. That got him. Blast the core now.
Oh man, I thought I was at perfect position. Oh well.
Corvettes incoming.
Do we have enough cores to take them out?
I was like either just in or just safe.
You're too close to the core.
You'll have to try harder.
As an FYI, this is definitely my least favorite mission.
Enemy ship is in the kill zone.
Worry about yourself next time.
What? How is that too close? Okay, whatever.
Corvettes incoming.
We will get past this point.
To take them out.
We'd better.
Don't be too close when that detonates.
I'd say you owe me one.
Kill that core. Kill those rebels.
Enemy down.
Alrighty. We're just gonna...
Enemy knocked on.
Enemy in position. Detonate the core.
Thank me later.
I didn't need your help.
Blast the core
Down you go.
So unfortunately, the proton torpedoes do have a minimum range you need to be away from the target.
Throwing fire.
Only one corvette left.
But
Finish it. Successful detonation.
that one's dead. Alrighty.
Well done, Titan Squadron. Regroup.
Now we just have the Nebulon B, and the Nebulon B is the big one we gotta worry about.
Titan 3, follow me. The rebel frigate has entered the debris fleet. Understood, Overseer. Titan, attack formation. Attack vector and engage
I
the
have
frigate.
yet to find out how to do this without the cores.
They underestimate Imperial superiority.
Superior strength, superior ingenuity.
They're not fools. The Starhawk couldn't cross this field without knowing what it was flying into.
If the New Republic is willing to sacrifice this much, what does that tell you about the value of the Starhawk?
They're going to be devastated when we destroy it.
Worry about yourself next time.
Missile coming on for you.
We are just trying to knock it out. Unfortunately, there is no real faster way to do this. Alright, we're...
The frigate is changing course. They caught out in your trap. We need to fly ahead and find more cores. It's the only way to stop the frigate.
There's a cluster of cores dead ahead.
Perfect. When the frigate nears that cluster, we'll detonate it. Titan 3, scan that core cluster to ensure it's active.
And this is the fastest way to take out the frigate, because that frigate is made of literal invincibility.
So they got sloppy. Works for me.
Active cores confirmed. This is our last chance, Titan 3.
I had it. Whoa.
Let me get a little more distance from these cores. Oh yeah, that feels much better.
They're almost here.
Wait for it.
Ready. The frigate is almost in range of the cluster.
Impudent scum! Wait for the right moment, then give them hell, Titan 3.
And there we go.
I need to get fixed up.
Thank me later.
Nicely done. Frigate destroyed.
And that is the last we're going to see of the TIE Bomber. Say goodbye to the TIE Bomber, everybody. I know we all personally enjoyed it, but we are not going to be flying it anymore.
We have them right where we want them. The Starhawk is changing course. They're terrified of you, Titan Squadron. We've diverted the rebels toward the Ringali Nebula. This is where Lyndon Javes and his wretched Starhawk will die.
So we're going to be fighting in the Ringali Nebula, which is going to be pretty dope, but we're not going to be fighting it there just quite yet. First things we got to do... sorry, Kia, we can't talk. We got a speedrun to do. We're going to
Let me speak plainly then.
get a message out to the New Republic that we are in trouble. Now, you might be thinking that the...
This is a support fighter specializing in disabling enemy fighters and empowering the squadron.
The ion cannons would be good here. Unfortunately, they are a little too slow on the very last enemy you need to take down. So we do need to make sure we have actual blasters.
The broadcast hub is close.
I hope it's still in one
Now the U-wing is a little bit slow,
stuff to that moon.
unfortunately.
I tried what I could do to our ships.
Could be worse. We could
So
be
we
back
are
in
going to
Xavier
be spending a
this.
lot of time in
Or dead in the minefield.
speed mode just to try and catch enemies. But we do have the return of the shield mabobber, and we have the we have turret mines now, so we can leave turrets aside to help out defend an area, which is good because we're gonna have to defend a lot of stuff.
There's our broadcast hub. Beginning docking procedure. I'll have this old relic up and running in no time.
Let's get this done before the Empire notices we're out here.
Unfortunately, this
I'm shaking in my boots.
is a bit of an auto-scroller mission.
Keo, I've seen Vanguard Squadron fly countless missions. What am I supposed to be worried about?
So we just gotta wait. Alright, we are now in combat mode.
Vanguard, I'm in. It's a mess in here. Stand by while I get this hub up and running.
And we're gonna destroy as many enemy fighters as we can while we wait.
Hey, looks like the broadcast hub works.
There we go.
It works, but the system is a wreck. I'm gonna need some time
There we
to
go.
get
That's
all
the button I
comms
wanted to
back
push.
online. figured out what we're up to. I'm in formation. Feel safe now.
Settled it.
We really are looking for bombers. Those are the biggest threat to this mission. There we go. Bombers.
Destroyed. This is so much easier when I'm not under attack.
Yeah, even the bombers are faster than us, so we gotta stay in speed mode until they decide to turn around.
We got bombers coming our way.
And we're just gonna get as many of those fighters down as fast as we can. Ooh.
That's a hit.
That is not what I intended to shoot at.
Just a little longer. You're clear.
All right.
That's the last of the ties.
They'll be back with friends, no doubt.
This is the U-Wing,
Good looking out, team.
a support ship.
Together, it really is a sight to behold.
We got turret mines and we got shields we can throw on allies. So say we want to throw a shield on Kyo, we can.
Got it. All concepts are now active.
But we're really going to be using them on these comm sets
Stronger distress signal.
to keep them
Tactical
shielded.
shield. Enjoy.
We need
From
time for
enemy
the comsats
attacks.
to strengthen our signal. Then I can broadcast our distress call to the New Republic.
Gotcha. We'll keep the Empire away from the comsats.
All right.
Exactly.
Now this part is on rails until we get a jammer
Lose everything.
in. So we just have to
Keep the Empire off our comsats.
keep calm and shoot down ties.
More ties headed our way.
Don't get too used to the U-Wing, by the way. This is the only mission we're flying it in.
They sent tie bombers. That's not good.
They're locking onto me. One down. Comsat taking fire. Don't worry, I got them.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, we can only have 2 turret mines up at a time.
I'm with you.
But that's fine.
You're safe.
Thanks, that was too close. Signal strength amplified. Keep it up. I'm with you.
Luckily, our allies are really good at shooting down enemy fighters.
Enemy interceptors incoming.
Enemy destroyed. Let's get to comsat 1.
Alrighty, you got it. Remember the prioritization of the bombers. Those are going to be what you need to want to hit first, because those are what's going to kill your comp stats. And you don't want to lose a comp stat.
Scratch 1.
Comsat under fire.
Oh boy, there's just a bomber left. Not anymore.
Enemies locking onto me.
Alright.
Imperial jamming ship just entered the
This is why you want the regular lasers.
Hit it.
We're gonna have our allies hit it. We're gonna have.
Good looking out.
We're basically gonna put everybody hitting onto firing onto this one jammer ship. Because once that happens, we're good. We're in the clear.
We're on it.
Jamming ship destroyed.
And they're bailing.
And the ties are pulling back. Their reinforcements are running scared.
Looks like our work here is done.
All right, so that is.
Yes. Signal's back at full strength. Ready when you are, Commander Javes.
Attention. This is Commander Javes calling from the
So we're calling in some backup to help get us out of here.
We couldn't have done it without you.
So be sure to say hi to Anvil Squad, because we're gonna be.
Commander James, we're regrouping with Zerelda and heading back to you.
Okay. The Temperance is headed
That's
to the
who's gonna
Mars
be
Zone.
joining us.
We'll meet you there.
Commander, where's the Starhawk?
He was more badly damaged than we thought. General Syndulla has evacuated all personnel to the Temperance.
Alrighty. Alright, so. If memory serves, this should be the last Imperial mission.
We've done it. With Vanguard.
Yes, so we need to.
This is it, Titan Squad.
So this is the last Imperial mission. Say hi to the TIE Interceptor for the last time. Make sure we got the right gear. We are golden.
Need you in a TIE fighter, bomber, or interceptor.
Because we want to make sure we have the following two things. We want an auto repair and we want rockets. We want rockets because we're going up against several capital ships. And we want the auto repair because eventually you're going to be flying solo. There's going to be nobody to repair you for you.
On your order, Captain.
I've come to expect nothing less. The Starhawk is straight
Alrighty.
ahead.
Good news is we do have
The Republic fleet to reach it.
another useful ally. We have an
See it,
Imperial Raider.
Help Titan break through the Republic lines.
Yes, ma'am. Moving to position.
They're going to help us take down these capital ships, of which there are many.
Titan, destroy those fighters now.
Anvil leader to Titan. You should have wiped us out of Yokohama.
Like I said, we got it's set. Anvil Squadron, so
I'll just be over here with the rest of Anvil, taking out this Star Destroyer.
if you missed them, say hi to them again.
Traitor! How dare you talk to us about shame?
Yeah, she's still very salty about that.
To deliver the Empire's vengeance.
Right. Anvil leader, when you're finished there, come join us.
Anvil dies today. The Starhawk
Oh,
and Anvil
brilliant.
Squadron, all in one place.
All those targets spoiled for choice.
Damn right. After you.
Alright. This is again, you just gotta shoot down the A-Wings as fast as you can. So you gotta be. This goes back to what I originally said. Managing your subsystems is very crucial to maneuverability in this game.
I'm with you.
I said you'd pay for attacking Mon Cala, Titan. When your empire finally crumbles, you won't be there to see it.
Oh, wow.
Enemy frigates on full offensive. Keep your distance.
I want those fighters gone.
Ah, well, tell them
Turret's
just
gone. Keep fighting.
tell them to stay in range.
You long enough.
Right.
Careful, they're right on you. On your wing.
We have to clear those fighters.
Now you're clear.
This is when I do miss lock-on missiles, but the again, these dumbfire rockets are really good against capital ships. And
Focus on that frigate.
Radar here. Moving to support Titan Squadron.
Your primary target is the enemy frigate. These Republic fools, trapped, outnumbered, and they refuse to accept it. They'll call us weak, even as the might of our empire sweeps them aside.
so as we see, the Raider did a good thing and knocked out those shields, which makes it very easy to hit those Nebulon, the pesky Nebulon bee.
That frigate can't hold out much longer.
Bring it down.
All right. Oh, it's still got it. It's still alive. It's still alive. Hold on. Okay, now
Lucky I was here.
we're going to be using our resupply.
Starhawk is clear.
We're going to resupply our rockets as well as our HP.
The Starhawk's hold to get inside.
Unfortunately, we got some more friends coming in on us to come say hello.
Stay alert.
We got 2 Corvettes and a Nebulon brief breaker here.
Titan, split up and attack. Let's go.
It's their funeral.
Animal Squadron, rally around our reinforcements. You
That was
can
some
still
of it.
surrender, Titan. To scum like you, never. I was hoping you'd say that.
Captain Ken, I didn't anticipate this level of resistance.
Alright, that just leaves the Nebulon
That's why I call
B.
these ships from the Bormia sector.
I'm not expecting that Corvette to go down already.
Here they are.
Corvette is destroyed.
Both Corvettes annihilated.
And they thought we might surrender.
Alright,
Frigate's damaged.
It won't be long now.
Commander James, we have Imperial reinforcements incoming to our location.
now we're moving on.
You've got this, Anvil. They're desperate.
Titan leader to Captain Carroll. We've wiped out most of the enemy capital ships.
Numbers aren't everything. It's leadership that wins a battle. And fury. Got it. Enemy frigate is destroyed.
Literally waiting to be able to go to the next area.
We've lost our capital ships.
Anvil, fall back to my position and
We
regroup.
do want as many missiles as we can carry. Unfortunately, this likes to pause and do an autosave here.
Titan Squadron, close in.
Titan, this is it. Follow me.
Alrighty. Now this is probably going to be the trickiest bit of flying in the whole game.
How's it still flying?
Coming up.
Because they built it from Imperial Durasteel.
So we got to be extra careful in how we maneuver. There's not much danger in terms of shooting us down, but there is danger in getting maneuvered into a very bad spot.
End the Starhawk.
You have it. Target the missile and reach the Starhawk.
Alrighty.
Turrets are active.
We got to. With this, we will actually need to slow down for,
Look, just get to the core and watch
or
out
else,
for
because if you go too fast, you will not have enough
Use your
time
boot
to.
thrusters if you need to, but remember, the tight space will make that tricky. Don't forget to give yourself room to decelerate.
Commander, a Titan starfighter just breached the Starhawk's hull.
Sorry, this is, like I said, this is the trickiest bit of maneuvering in the game.
Teresa, what are you up to?
I'm finishing what I began at Adiri.
And
Titan 3, throttle down. I'm reading strange gravity effects inside that core.
You should be close to the core's emitters. Zero in and fire.
Reading a spike in the core. Keep going. Half the emitters are offline.
alrighty, and then we just got to knock these out.
A little more.
Alrighty, and from here it's gonna
Core is
move you into position
calculations show the core is
yourself.
about to release a gravity burst.
And at this point, I recommend putting the controller down, putting your hands behind your head, and hold on for the
Center
ride.
yourself with the entrance. You can ride the shockwave out.
Because you do not need to literally do anything.
Relax. Stay nimble.
Repair to
and
full,
steer
what we got
clear
it.
of the walls.
And just, as my hands are not on the controller, and you will just see we're just going to get
Burst incoming.
pushed out of this thing.
The gravity fluctuations might knock you off course. Titan 3, brace yourself.
And there we go.
Titan 3 is clear.
Alright,
You did it.
now to one last battle, and we are done with this mission. We are going to shoot down the traitor Lyndon Javes.
Don't you dare fight James.
And this is where, again, the dumbfire rocket is going to show off its superiority, as it's actually going to hit which, unlike the
I wish you'd taken it.
he has countermeasures to your seeker rockets. So if you use seeker rockets on him, ooh, this is not going as good as I would like.
He's using the Starhawk for cover.
He also repairs himself.
Linden's fight isn't the worst of it. I won't insult you by asking for your surrender, Linden.
Teresa, I underestimated you. Not just your talent, your willingness to be used by an empire that will destroy you.
You never knew me at all.
This is actually about as average a Linden fight as you can get.
Ask why.
Betraying your people for principles doesn't make you noble, Linden.
Not in your eyes, maybe, but in the eyes of those that I've saved. His shield regeneration is disabled. He's vulnerable. All right, enough games.
This is actually a very bad Linden fight.
No shields. Just like my first time. Let's see how good you really are.
End this Titan 3. Quickly.
And there we go. There's Linden. Alright.
Titan Squadron.
So we celebrate Titan Squadron. That's it for the Empire. Unfortunately, we are now moving on to the very last mission in the game. Keo knows that the commander's dead. Ardo confirms it. And now we're going to draw to General Syndulla, which, if you've seen your Star Wars Rebels, she should look familiar. Yes, that is that Hera. Alright.
You'll need to be flying your
Alright, and we're going to stick with the A-Wing. We are going to stick with dumbfire rockets. We are going to be taking down a Star Destroyer, and then we have a little bit of an auto-scroller into a giant escape, and then we are done.
General Syndulla to Imperial forces. Withdraw or be destroyed. We're in the fire now.
We're going to put our shields to front, because we are going to literally assault this Star Destroyer from the front.
I've never seen anything like it.
Those Imperials better enjoy the view while they can.
Did anyone else hear that?
Probably just a comm glitch. Focus on the Star Destroyer.
Alright, here we go.
They missed their chance. Eliminate that Star Destroyer.
This is going to be different from the other two times we've attacked a Star Destroyer. This time we're going for broke.
Hit the subsystems first to weaken it. Then strike with everything you've got.
Just like that, huh? Eliminate that Star Destroyer. Like we're swatting a lineup. On your way.
Alright, that takes out its targeting system. Now we're going after these shield.
Generator.
One of two shield generators. As I said, the Star Destroyer is the most dangerous assault, so we're going to put our shields back on to buy us some time.
That would make this easier.
Star Destroyer's weakening.
There it is again. That doesn't sound like a comm glitch.
Right. We're investigating. Stand by.
Little more, and that Star Destroyer is done for.
Time to wrap this up. Unless you're getting tired, Ferris.
That's it. I'll bust this thing myself. That one's for the commander.
Alright, just one. Okay.
Left. They were warned. They had a chance.
Well, they ain't getting another
Alrighty.
chance. Hit 'em hard. We got 'em. Stellar. The Star Destroyer is out of the fight.
now we got some Corvettes. They're going to move the Starhawk into position.
What's next?
Regroup with the Starhawk for stage 2 of the plan.
Vanguard, looks like that signal is coming from inside the Starhawk.
What? It's been evacuated.
We have to be sure. Get to the signal origin point before it's too late.
And
Clear the way.
there's Commander Javes.
Grace, you see that?
Unbelievable.
Lyndon? But you?
Know the Starhawk inside out?
All right.
We thought we lost you.
This is a lot of talking before we get into it.
Later, General. What's our status?
The Starhawk has a straight shot at the moon. Sending in Corvettes to get it moving. Give them some cover.
Corvettes?
To tow the Starhawk into the moon and take out every damn Imperial ship in range.
Alrighty.
Then count me in. Let's finish this.
So this is it. Last mission. Smoke them if you got them. Pour them if you drink them.
I'm with you.
This part is going to be entirely
Corvettes are in
auto-scroller.
Vanguard. Imperial bombers are heading straight.
Let's make sure that
And they're a stationary target. Vanguard, be ready.
We'll hold off
those
the
Corvettes
Imperials
can
as long as we can.
do what they need to do.
Corvette engines at full power.
How long's this gonna take?
Longer than I'd like. Be ready.
Come on, hold together.
You okay, Lyndon?
Okay to fly, but not to fight. My little droid here can only fix so much.
We've got all the firepower we need. If you watch our backs, we'll handle the rest. Look sharp. More bombers coming in.
All right, here comes some more things that we absolutely have to shoot. I was trying to find other targets while we were waiting, but
That tractor beam almost shot me apart.
and yes, you can get into the Starhawk's tractor beam. No, I do not advise it. Oh wow.
Another bomber wave. They're taking no chances.
They're locking onto me.
How did you survive inside the Starhawk?
I helped build it, remember?
Holy.
And I was damn lucky. How's our
What is
Starhawk
this
doing, Honda?
maneuverability, bomber? So unfortunately, the Reapers are throwing out, TIE Reapers are throwing shields onto their allies. Wow, that bomber just did not care. It just went straight into my lasers.
Enemies that are unlocking. I picked up a tail.
Alright, clearing out bombers.
Vanguard, we have TIE bombers heading right for us.
Let's get rid of them before we lose those Corvettes.
Don't get him.
Enemy destroyed. Lucky I was around, huh?
Good looking out. They're locking onto me.
How did you...
Enemy on my tail.
Someone stole my kill.
That's all. Stay basic.
That's it. The Starhawk is on a collision
All
course
right.
with the moon.
Nice. Smooth sailing from here.
Wouldn't that be a change?
Where are Corvettes going? I ordered them back. That maneuver almost burned out their
So
engines.
now we just gotta protect the Starhawk.
Count on us, General.
All right. Starhawk's picking up speed, but it's still
So now we gotta protect the Starhawk from all sorts of threats. Mostly just fighters.
You see that archway between those two rocks? That's where it's headed.
Once the Starhawk reaches that point, there's no turning back.
Prepare yourselves.
It's too bad we're losing the Starhawk like this.
It was built to stop Imperial fleets, and that's exactly what it's
So what's chat's favorite
Doubt she'd like the irony.
We're picking up an incoming Imperial cruiser. Stay alert.
favorite starfighter?
Don't they know when to quit?
Enemy's got a lock on me.
I'll get us started, chat. I am a huge fan of the A-Wing.
I'm in their sights.
What the heck?
Missile coming right at you. The other Star Destroyers are holding back.
You don't need to advance. You've already won.
Let's prove them wrong. Again.
A-Wing, correct choice.
this mission no matter what.
We're making a mark. Keep attacking the cruiser.
TIE Reaper? Fair enough.
Yes, we got it. Imperial cruiser is down.
Expertly done. All of you.
Alright, here's a good one. What about favorite big ship?
A second Imperial cruiser is heading to your location.
I am, of course, a big fan of the traditional MC-80.
Well, we're warmed up already. Bring it on!
How are we looking? Starhawk's halfway to the target position. Keep going.
We have to keep the Starhawk together or we'll never stop an Imperial fleet.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Second.
We'll count it.
Everyone on the catwalk is counting on us.
And you never let them down. Today is no different. That's another cruiser down.
I somehow did a bunch of damage to myself.
Hey, Arno. You seeing this?
Confirmed. Enemy fighters closing in.
They're hunting you.
You're ruining my paint job. They're locking onto me.
Alright. Not much longer. Oh, the Executor. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, too. Shame we don't get to see them in this. We don't get to see any Super Star Destroyers in this game. Unless they're in multiplayer, which I haven't touched. So,
Starhawk is almost there.
Time to give it our all.
Enemies locking onto me.
You picked up a tail.
like I said, this is pretty much just, this is the last auto-scroller. After that,
Going into formation.
we just got one little thing to do, and then we'll be calling it a day. Ooh, yeah.
Enemies following you.
Come on, Center.
Taking fire.
All right, that's
Great shooting.
all right. That's it.
You did it. There's no stopping the Starhawk now. Time to fall back.
It's time for us to GTFO.
Just possible. It's going to land like a hammer. Good work.
Alright. Now, this is the part where it can all go wrong. Now we gotta outrun this explosion. This is the last thing we do.
Stay with me. No room. You see that opening? Yikes, that was too close.
Impressive. Sharp move.
I did not. Oh, that's.
That hull's taking a beating.
Better it than us.
Everyone holding up okay?
Faster, Frisk, you can do it.
I did. Thanks, game. That is what I'm talking about this being the where it can all go wrong. All it takes is just one misinput, and you're doomed.
Yikes, that was too close.
Impressive. Sharp moves.
So unfortunately, its distance lacks context.
That hull's taking a beating.
Better it than us.
Everyone holding up okay?
Faster, Frisk, you can do it.
What the? There's no way through here. We're done for. There's always a way. I see it. That's my flight path.
Do a barrel!
The commander said. This might take us through.
I'm burning up in here.
No time to get careless.
All these rocks look the same. There's light. Follow me.
We're almost out.
And alright.
I did it. I mean, we did it.
Alright. That's it. Time ends when the screen fades to black.
And we can plan to rebuild. You did it, Vanguard. Project Starhawk is only just beginning.
Alright.
Guard. Punch it.
Time is now. 3:08:27. That is a very respectable time. It's about 8 minutes off and some change off the world record. Unfortunately, we did not get. We messed up on a couple of good spots. But yeah, that's Star Wars Squadrons. If you like flying and fighting for the galaxy, this is a really good game. We could definitely use more runners on it. Join the Discord. Thanks BMAC for hosting us, and that's gonna do for me. Bye.